Hello dear ski friends, welcome to Latvia, to Madona city, to FIS Rollerski World Championships 2019. Today we invite you to the third day of competition. It will be must start races, and the first one must start for junior women. Your commentators, Andrei Kondrashov and my colleague, the chairman of Ski Rollers Committee of International Ski Federation, Martin Niklas.
Yes, hello everybody. It's a great honor to be together with Andrei here, and we are quite lucky to have Andrei here as a guest from Moscow and as a main speaker to our live broadcast. And we are waiting in a few minutes to start the junior woman competition must start. 20 junior athletes are waiting for the starting gunshot.
I'm not sure about my status, started main speaker, but it doesn't matter. So now at the start line, at the start corridor, there are 20 racers, 20 skiers representing 9 countries. There are Russia, Slovakia, Ukraine, Sweden, Italy, Germany, Norway, Poland, and for sure Latvia.
Yes, and junior ladies will race 5 laps here in Madona city, which will be closed streets, especially a loop with 2.3 kilometers long, and they will make 5 laps together, 16.5 kilometers.
The track situated in the middle of the city, and so it's not very hard. I think the high differences, the mountain totals, but not played course, and
the track has 2 climbs, which one of the climbs is the same climb it was yesterday for sprint competition. Another climb is in the middle of loop, but it has quite challenging downhill with curves, so it's not only like easy to race, but it's some tactical challenges to make it safe and to be in good position when you go to the curves and downhills. And race is already started.
And the first hill, just after the start, the hill, like Martin said, this yesterday course of sprint race, super sprint race, 200 meters. And the winner of that race, Julia Henrietta Arnesen, number 1, red beep at the head of the peloton.
And all 20 athletes seems started, so nobody didn't start. All athletes are on a track, and it's just the first 200 meters after the first curve. And here you can see athletes before the start waving to their friends and parents, and yeah, they're just lining up for the first loop. I think usually junior ladies are not making sharp moves in the first loop. They are just warming up, and the maybe decisive actions will happen maybe on 3rd or 4th or laps, and let's see.
Julia Arnesen, red beep, Norway, now current World Cup leader, junior women of course, and she took gold medal in a sprint yesterday, and last year in World Cup she was at the 3rd places. Before the start, the other world champion, current champion in interval start, classical style, Anastasia Faleva from Russia, greeting us, and she has number 102. The other Russians, number 105, Kristina Kuskova, silver medalist of the first race, 10 kilometers interval start time trial. So the bronze medalist from Russia as well, Arina Belinka, number 108 in peloton as well also. So I think the pre-start contender, a few other riders like Sarah Andersson from Sweden, number 103. He was on the 7th place on the first race at 10K. I think Kristina Sivakova from Slovakia, number 104, a very strong skier. And her results in the first race, 6th place. But I remind you, the first race was by classical style, but today free style.
And we can see that athletes already reached the first downhill, which has a L curve, quite sharp curve on the end of street. And luckily all the girls made it safe. Unfortunately, until now we missed the drone camera which will follow all the peloton, but maybe we will get signal from the drone later. I just wanted to say a few words about equipment. Yesterday athletes could race on their own equipment without any restrictions on type of materials they use, only the diameter of wheels. Today all athletes race on equal wheels provided by Elpex company, and the wheels are quite slow. It's rubber wheels, so it means that the speed on track won't be very high, and it's mainly because of safety reasons, because track has several sharp curves after downhill. So that's just short comment regarding equipment.
Narrow section on track, and that is why very important to be in front of the peloton. And now the current leader of our race, Red Beep, and you know she's Julie Arnesen from Norway. In start list, I have said already, there are 20 skiers representing 9 countries, Russia and Slovakia, 4 skiers, Ukraine 3, Sweden, Italy, Germany 2, Poland 1, Norway 1, and Latvia 1 right in this race.
And right now you can see the girls are climbing the second climb on this loop. There are 2 climbs, and this is the second. It's quite narrow, so you must be in good position before the end of uphill. So it so you are, and now you can see the number 120 is German athlete Katja is quite behind, like 50 meters behind the main group. Let's hope she will not be lapped in 5 laps and could finish this competition. Right now we see that this challenging curve and how athletes are taking it. And luckily today we have fine weather. It's no rain, and it's also not a hot weather like it was 1 month before in Beijing when athletes raced on must start. It was about 35 degrees, and some athletes had also health issues on such temperature. Here it's no problem for that. It's fresh air, nice weather, and right now we have intermediate times after first
intermediate point.
Yes, sir.
And the first attack by Anastasia Faleva, a world champion, and the first race in the 10 kilometers interval classical style. So maybe it is only a test, only the first attempt to get advantage.
Of course, I think the distance it's not so long, so if athletes feel strong, they can also go away already in second loop and make a strive to the finish like it was like World Championships in Seefeld when Holland went away from the main group. But of course, this is another race and maybe not the case.
A few words about the first days, about the first medals. In juniors competition, the current leader in unofficial team classification, team ranking, Russia. Russia has 8 medals, 2 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze. Norway has 2 medals, 1 gold and 1 bronze. Sweden has 1 victory and Latvia 1 bronze medal. As far as I know, this is the first World Champs medal for Latvia.
Yes, so far it's first official World Championships medal, because in 2000 it was 19 years ago when it was World Rollerski Games, first event in FIS, but it wasn't official World Championships. It called that time World Rollerski Games, and then our junior command has 3rd place.
So, very important situation now at the end of the first loop, because the leading group formed and all Russians in this leading group. Number 102, Anastasia Faleva, and her attack. Only few riders can catch her, and they are Kristina Kuskova, 105 from Russia, and 108 Arina Belinko, the all medalist of the interval start time trial, and in the leading group, 103, Sarah Anderson, Sweden, and
yes, only Sarah Anderson can keep with the Russian girls. She's trying not to lose the Russian team and will stay together. But it's only 1 full lap made, so it's still 4 laps remaining for athletes. And we can see that already Russian team made a move after end of the first lap.
But the gap not very large, not very big, about 6 or 7 seconds, not more. But this is only the first lap, and I think Anastasia Faleva continues her attack at the beginning of the second loop. At the hill, not very long, about 200 meters, but
and right
it's not easy.
Right now, the course has a very slightly downhill section, long downhill section, where the athlete behind can try to catch just by staying behind the windtail. So maybe until the first big downhill they can catch up the leaders. But let's see.
Julia Arnesen, 101, but not number, the red beep. In the head of the pursuit group.
You can see that the local spectators looks quite tired, because yesterday evening we had a big concert in a city, and weekend people have a good time, and today they just woke up. Even it's 3 p.m. at the afternoon, they are still sleepy. But let's hope that until the later starts they will wake up and cheer up for the athletes who are competing for World Championship medals. Maybe if they knew that right now they are appearing on TV screens, they will look more lively, but it's a small town in the middle of Latvia, and it's Saturday afternoon here. But good to see quite a few spectators all along the track.
Anastasia Faleva, member of the national junior cross-country skiing, and she was a medalist of the last junior world champs. Cross-country skiing, winter skiing.
Yeah, you can see the gap between the leading 5 girls are increasing after the downhill, and it's maybe some 50 or maybe 60 meters. And then we have the following group with 3 athletes, and it's only 1.5 laps made. It means about 5K. It's done, and
only Sarah Anderson from Sweden can catch attack by Russian riders, and now the leading group consists of 5 skiers.
Sarah Anderson is one of the 3 youngest participants, but it's first appearance for her outside her country. It's this championships is first competition where she got a FIS code. Before she just participated in competitions in Sweden but she looks very strong and very good. And when I talk with Swedish coaches and team captain, they hope it will be another Swedish star in the future. It's another U-turn, quite tough if you come together in big group, but right now our athletes already spread out, so it's not so dangerous anymore. But every turn it takes time, and you can lose a lot of time by doing it slow. You must try to go in full speed.
Faleva keep the high speed, and he's a leader already about 2 kilometers.
Yes, you can see that the leaders are already on the top of the second uphill, and the rest of the athletes are catching up and spreading out.
The problem for Red Beep, Julia Henriette Arnesen, but she's a real sprinter, not distance runner.
Yeah, I think Julia is more focusing on sprint distance, and maybe tomorrow also for team sprint. Maybe she understands that today maybe she's not the main pretender for the medals, and maybe she will save some power for hoping to be on better spot tomorrow on team sprint competition.
And the Russian four riders try to run faster and faster.
Yes, in junior category, all athletes are quite new and unknown on an international stage. So you cannot forecast what expect from their performance, and it's more for them to get international experience and to use this competition as a good training on both mentally, physical and tactical racing, these kind of competitions. Especially when you are coming from Team Sweden or Team Norway, where you have very many skiers which are on same level, on same performance level, and it's not so easy maybe to qualify for winter competitions on national teams. So in summertime, they can use this possibility to take part in events outside their country in Rollerski.
The races in program of championships is World Cup races also, and the first stage for the senior groups was in Peking 1 month ago, but for juniors it is the first competitions.
Some of juniors took part in Beijing in a senior category together with seniors. Of course, it was not easy for them to get good spots, but then they were evaluated same as seniors. They didn't have separate result lists and rankings for that participation. But of course, here in Madona we can see that most juniors are starting first time this season. And now athletes, the leading group, approaching end of the second lap, and there's still 4 Russian girls and 1 Swedish athlete trying to keep the pace together.
And it seems to me 103 Swedish Sarah Anderson lost contact with the leading group. And in the leading group only Russian riders остались впереди в лидирующей группе на отметке 2 округа окончания второго круга, то есть 6,5 километров, только 4 россиянки.
Two laps are made, and yes, it seems that if nothing unexpected will happen, it will be just fight between 4 Russian ladies competing for the World Championships medals in must start. But let's wait. It's 3 more laps to go, and maybe something can change. I wouldn't like to say something can happen, but something can change.
Honestly, the Russian team the strongest in this competition, and I mean not only the intermediate results, medal standings, and I mean the ranking in cross-country skiing sport, member of Russian skiers.
Yeah, and I think it's good that we have strong athletes here in Madona. It will show to young skiers, not only from different countries, but also here local athletes who are training in a sports school and sports club. Now they will see at what level they must train to be good enough to have international participation. So it's not enough that you are number 1 in your country. You must strive to more higher level and higher aims in your mind to be able to compete on a high level internationally.
About 22 seconds advantage of a leading group consists of 4 Russian athletes. There are Anastasia Faleva, 102 number, Kristina Kuskova, 105, Olga Potapova, 106, and Arina Belinka, 108.
Yes. Just information for Latvian spectators, the only participant from Latvia in this race, Liva Šakno, is about 1 minute and 21 seconds behind. She is number 15 currently, and let's hope she can keep the same speed and maybe climb up for a few places, or at least to keep the pace together with rivals on the course, together with the German and Norwegian athlete.
Sarah Anderson now at the 5th current place, and about 9 seconds behind the leading group. Next World Cup in this season number 2020, the Rollerski competition open the cross-country ski year season. Next stage, next stop in Khanty-Mansiysk in Russia, then in September Trento, Italy, Val di Fiemme, the last final stage of this season World Cup.
The Khanty-Mansiysk was a World Cup for the first time in 2018, and it was very well organized. They have very well cross-country and roller ski competition infrastructure in St. Filipenko Center, and also we had 2 events in the city, a sprint event and a must start event. And this city is the cross-country ski sports there is one of the major sports in this area. So we had a lot of spectators following the whole weekend, and I hope that at end of August this year, when we will come back there with the World Cup stage, we will have again good weather, a lot of spectators, and hopefully a lot of participants from different nations. And I would recommend to go there, both to use this opportunity as a training place, because the tracks there is very good. It's demanding, good uphills and technical downhills, and also the atmosphere is very friendly, and also on technical level it's a well organized event.
We hope to see the next events by...
And actually the event in Khanty-Mansiysk will be broadcasted same as this event in YouTube and also on national television. As I know, is the Russian TV channel Yugra, and also the
Federal TV channel, national sport TV channel. So the real team tactics in action, I mean Russian for riders. A lot of discussion in cross-country skiing about the using of team tactics. What do you think? What's your opinion about this element of training, of competition tactics?
Maybe here when it's so big gap between competitions like teams, it's not so decisive. But of course, when you have very high competition between teams, the tactics is very important in mass start, especially when it goes to long distances. And I already noticed that Norway and Sweden, when they were out of training, they also try to go together in pairs or in three, taking curves and downhills. So they are preparing potentially for the situations when you, of course, if you go together in speed of 40 km in downhill, if you are 2 or 3 together, you get better speed by the windshield than going alone, and you can save your power for the uphills. And you can notice also in winter, I think in 30 km or 50 km competitions that of course big nations like Russia, like Norway, like Sweden, they're using the team tactics.
The situation in the middle of race, the current leader, Russian team for riders, and at the fifth current place, the other athletes, not Sarah Anderson. This is Kristina Sivakova from Slovakia, but the gap is about 1 minute. Sarah Anderson, now the sixth current place from Sweden, and she leads the small pursuit group.
Yes, sir.
Let's welcome the Russian girls.
The end of the third lap.
Yeah, it seems that 2 laps is not enough for the following athletes to change the situation. It will be decided between all 4 Russian athletes, and let's see what they will make between them.
About 8 minutes per lap. This is tempo for Russian team. Intermediate point 10K for pursuit group, more than 1 minute behind the leading group. And now 104, Kristina Sivakova on fifth current place.
Yes, and we lost Sarah Anderson. I cannot see her. She lost her speed. And all athletes are spread out in gap with 3 minutes and more on a track. And let's see, will leading group catch the left athletes at the end, which is Marina Anastasia and Katja Müller from Germany.
It was mistake of Swedish skier Sarah Anderson to keep tempo for Russian athletes.
Yeah, but you must try. If you first time in that race, you never know. Sometimes you just hope that you can keep the pace, and if you can't, you are out.
They are running from the 9th to 11th place.
1 minute and 20 seconds. The gap between pursuit group and the group of Timea Mazurova, Slovakia, Laura Mortania, Italy, and Sarah Anderson, Sweden.
While our athletes are competing on remaining 2 laps, just coming back to the next stage, which will be in Khanty-Mansiysk. It will be quite interesting program because last year we had there only 3 competitions. This year we are planning to have in program 4 competitions. We added the prologue in classic style. It will be started with the prologue in classic style and continue with the pursuit in sorry, I'm mistaking. We change. It will be a prologue in free technique, and we will continue with the pursuit in classic technique. And both competitions will be in a Rollerski track in Filipenko Biathlon Center, and remaining 2 competitions will be in the city of Khanty-Mansiysk, 200 meters sprint and must start competition on streets of Khanty-Mansiysk. So it will be 4-day competition program for all groups. So I hope it will be interesting opportunity both for athletes. And Khanty-Mansiysk is one of the candidates for next World Championships.
In 2 years?
Yes, in 2 years. They made application in 2017. And if nothing will change, if we will not get a new application until next spring in Congress, FIS Congress, then FIS Council will be voting for the only 1 application, and therefore I think it's good for teams to go there to see the situation what are in Khanty-Mansiysk, so they can prepare for next World Championships in next 2 years. But I'm just saying that it's one of the options. Of course, I'm not representing FIS Council. If will be more candidates, then it will be some kind of bid and competition, and decision will come next spring.
4 riders in the leading group, but on the podium only 3 places.
Yeah, it seems that they're still trying to keep the pace, not stopping the race, and some trying to spread out in between. And yes, it's less than 2 laps, 1.5 lap left until the finish. And
after the first race, Anastasia Faleva, like a champion, was 1 day in red beep, in beep of the current World Cup leader. But after the second race, in this color moved to Swedish rider. And I think after this race, we will congratulate the new leader of the Junior World Cup.
It seems that there will be new. Let's see who will be the new World Cup leader, and we will need to wait some more than 10 minutes, I think, for the first finish. Probably athletes will make the race under 40 minutes.
What happened with Kristina Sivakova, 104? Now she is almost overlap rider.
Yeah, let's
or not very attentive.
Let's wait for intermediate finish. Intermediate split.
No. Sorry. It's not my. I'm not right.
Probably one of the last feeding points for the athletes before final lap.
Yeah.
Because on the final lap they will not make it. It will be fight for the spot before the last turn to the uphill.
What ski rollers, cross-country skiing rules say about the feeding during the race? I know
it's same rule as in cross-country. You can feed you must stay still by giving the drink. You're not allowed to run together with athlete, but we saw that some coaches or team service were running together, but happily didn't make. Now we can see there was probably a crash of
Kinga Marecik, Poland skier.
It was placed on after the downhill on L turn, but hopefully she's okay.
But for her, the race is over. And the last lap for leading group for Russian team. Anastasia Faleva, 104. Kristina Kuskova, 105. Olga Potapova, 106. And Arina Belinka, 108. Three of them was the medalist of the first race time trial. Only Olga Potapova without medals in the first day of championships. I think this is the additional motivation for her in this final lap.
Right now it's not so many athletes and not so many teams on a track, but for example 1 month ago when we had a mass start for senior men in Beijing, there was I think almost 70 athletes on a loop. And it was big crowd in a feeding point, and it actually was quite challenging for coaches to give a drink to athletes. It was hot and wet conditions, and athletes need to have refreshments in every loop, and it was a big crowd, and sometimes it was unsafe. But here it's only 20 athletes on a course, and they're spread out, and it's not so hard to give a refreshment, but still I can see that coaches are not following the rules. They are walking on a track.
In today's program, 4 races, 4 mass starters after the junior women. The same race, same distance length for senior women, and then 2 men races for junior and for seniors.
Let's see. I think that the leading group will come to the finish before 40 minutes. You can see on a downhill.
The next start at 4 o'clock local time. Senior women, junior men will start 4:30, and the last race for senior men 17:50. I think the team tactics in Russian leading group is over, and now this is the real battle for the podium.
Yes,
between the 4 riders.
For a while the friendship is over. It's just a fight between yourself and your ambitions, and hopefully they make it safely. It was one of the challenging U-turns, and then it's one extra L-turn, and
I think the first time in the leading position, Olga Potapova, 106 number. And I remind you, and now, yes, lap rider. Who is it?
It's 120. It's a German athlete, Katja.
Katja Müller-Kuckelberg. I remind you, Anastasia Faleva, world champion in 10-kilometer time trial, Kristina Kuskova, silver medalist, and Arina Belinka, bronze one. And Olga Potapova, 106, lost contact with the leading group now.
Yes, it seems that it's already decided who will be on top three, and just let's see. But I feel the tension. I feel the tension in a spectators area. I feel the tension in athletes' body. They're going on a full power. You see, it's only 3 athletes left. Anastasia Faleva.
The first podium today will be the same like 2 days ago. But in what order? This is the main question. Faleva 02, Belinka 08, and Kuskova 05.
Liva Shachno is moving to the 14th position right now from Team Latvia. She's still in the race, and let's wait. We will see in camera the leading group coming to the last uphill to the finish.
Not bad for Kristina Sivakova from Slovakia, number 104. Most of the length distance she skied only without help.
And here is Nora Lignell, another girl from Sweden, going to the finish, and we can see the leading group about 350 meters before the finish.
Anastasia Faleva wants to get the second gold medal.
Yes,
but the finish section is not very easy. It is a 200 meters hill, and average about 5% average, and the last 200 meters.
It's like a final for sprints, 200 meters. Everything what is left must be spent here.
It's again a sprint, but in this sprint, distance runners, distance skiers. And 105, Kristina Kuskova, ready to get the title of the world champion junior women. Silver medal list Anastasia Faleva, and bronze medal to Arina Belinko. All Russian.
Yeah, they are empty. They gave everything in between them, and now they.
Снова такой же подиум, как и 2 днями раньше, во время 10-километровой гонки классическим стилем, но немножко в другом порядке.
I'm sure Russian team right now is happy for the good start of the day, but they just started. It's only junior women, finished the race. Still, other athletes are competing for the final lap. And we have 3 more categories. We have junior, senior woman, junior man, and senior man following after this race. It will be about 18 minutes when the senior woman will be starting the same 5-lap competition, 16.5 kilometers. But let's wait until the end of junior woman. It's still fight for each athlete to make their best race today. It wasn't easy for anybody. Everybody tried to make their best.
And we are waiting the final results of Julie Henriette Arnesen from Norway to calculate World Cup standing after this race. And the 5th place, 104, Kristina Sivokova, Slovakia. She was 5th on sprint race and she took 6th place on 10K interval start. Not bad for Slovakian rider.
The jury is checking the equipment. Is it okay? Is no interference, no tuning up, because the wheels was provided with the bearings, and according to decision of the jury, you cannot make changes in equipment you received. And here we can see the Julie Henriette Andersen coming to the last final uphill.
And she coming for 7th place, and I think it will be enough for red beep after this race to keep this. And one more sprint for 8 places between 3 riders. 6th place, Sarah Anderson, not 7th, 6th place.
Yes.
And I think she is a current leader in the World Cup standing.
I'm happy for Sarah Anderson for her debut here in World Championships, and quite impressive result. First time competing internationally.
Darina Kovalova, Ukraine, 8th place. 9th place, Timia Mazurova, Slovakia. In top 10, Laura Mortagna, Italy. 11th place. We are waiting for 11th place.
And even it's quite a big gap between the winner and the coming athletes. You can see that every athlete spent all their power on a finish line. They have nothing left. It wasn't easy race for anybody. It was a fight for everyone to come to the finish, and that's good that you can see that athletes are motivated and dedicated to make the best race they can.
11th place, Nora Lignell, Sweden.
And we are waiting also for only participant from Latvia. What place she will have on a final result list. It's her debut in World Championships here. She's also one of the youngest participants here.
number 112, Daria Rublova from Ukraine. And in the finish, she was 12th. Maria Danielova, Slovakia, 111. 13th place, 116.
Līva Šahno moved up by 2 places. Līva Šahno godam cīnījās šodien distancē, pakāpeniski uzlabojot savu vietu un finišēja 13. vietā, atdevusi pēdējos spēkus. Malacis, prieks par Līvu, vienīgā mājniece šodien junioru grupā izdarīja visu, ko varēja. Veiksmīgi pievarēja pasaules čempionāta masu starta distanci. Novēlām viņai veiksmi arī turpmākajos startos.
After 15th place, Līva Šahno took 13th place. I think it's a good debut in these World Champions by Latvian skier. And the last skier at the finish line, Anastasia Makarina, Ukraine. Congratulations to the last finishers. And now, before the start of senior women must start, I think we can see the flower ceremony. And in 10 minutes, we invite you to the next race.
Ceremony will be after the ladies race, yes, the juniors.
Hello, dear ski friends again, and we invite you for Rollerski World Championships in Latvia, in Madona city. And your attention, please. Next race. Senior women must start freestyle 16.5 k. 5 loops, 3.3 kilometers each one. And now at the start position, there are 22 skiers representing 10 countries. Commentators of these broadcastings, please let me introduce my colleagues at first, chairman of Ski Rollers Committee of the International Ski Federation, Martin Niklas, and me, Andrei Kondrashov.
Hello everybody, again back to the second start of today's competition. As Andrei said, it's a must start, 5 loops, 16.5 kilometers. Course has 2 uphills and two bigger downhills. The length is 3.3 kilometers, and it's laid out through the Madona city streets, so the inhabitants of Madona city can follow by race, not going out even from the homes. They just can watch from the windows or from the doorstep of their homes. But still we have quite a lot of spectators arrived just to the start and finish area, so by the next races we will have more. And the race is started.
So the Sweden and Russia represents 4 riders, Italy, Germany 3, Slovakia and Latvia 2 riders in this race, and Czech Republic, Kazakhstan, Ukraine and Belarus 1 athletes on track now.
As I explained also in previous competition, all athletes are racing on same equipment wheels. It's distributed by Elpex Rollerski company. Even they have different frames, the wheels are same. It's rubber wheels. It's quite soft material, so the speed is not so high on going on flat. So it's mainly a safety precaution. And I hope the race will be safe with no accidents, and athletes can show their best performance without making problems to their health.
Last World Championships, two years ago in Sweden. The world champion in this event, Linn Samskar. Now she is a current World Cup leader, and she has a yellow beep in the pole position on the start line. Alena Prochaskova from Slovakia was a silver medalist 2 years ago. Maja Dahlqvist from Sweden was bronze medalist, but now he is absent. But Svetlana Nikolaeva from Russia, fifth place 2 years ago, and now she's competing.
I would say this race will be, I hope it will be completely different from previous junior woman competition. Here we have very many strong athletes which can make move for the podium, and let's wait for the first 2 laps so you can see the position of teams and athletes on course. And yes, of course, Linn Samskar has biggest experience competing in the Rollerski World Championships and World Cup, but of course we have very strong Russian athletes here, Natalia Nepraeva and Svetlana Nikolaeva and other ladies. So let's wait for the first downhill and how safe they will make the turn, and we can see that Natalia Nepraeva is in front of all group, going very safe.
Number 6, Natalia Nepraeva, superstar of this competition, and she took her gold medal in the ski roller world championship in the first days of this tournament, and she is current leader of the national Russian cross-country ski team. Two-time prize winner of the last cross-country skiing championships 2019, and multi-time prize winner and the winner of the World Cups events. Number 6, Natalia Nepraeva.
And I think it's a very great honor for Latvia and Madona to see there such a big stars as Natalia Nepraeva, and also for senior men Alexander Bershunov. It will make a big move for ski sport in Latvia, that such a high level athletes are coming here to take part in competitions and showing the good performance.
Second position just now, after Natalia Nepraeva, Lucia Scardoni, number 8 from Italy. She is silver medalist of the first race, time trial classical style 10K, and one of the main contender of this race, I think.
And we can see also the Italian support team outside the track. It's good that also foreign teams has supporters outside, and all athletes are supported and cheered. And yes, all grouped together. It's no gap in first lap. It's all athletes are trying to stay together and keep the pace and not lose the group. Only Paula Bergfelder from Latvia, it's quite hard for her to keep such a speed as the main group, but she's trying to make a race.
Other contender of this race, for sure, Alena Prochaskova, number 2. She is World Cup champion last season, and that is why current and defending World Cup champion. The most experience, I think, in this competition. She is a participant of 4 Olympics, and she won a lot of prestigious competitions, and she a winner and the prize winner of the World Cups a lot of time. As far as I remember, she was a world champion under 23.
If you're looking when athletes are competing, racing in group, you can see it's similar tactics like in inline skating or speed skiing, that athletes are keeping close together, because the length of rollerski is much shorter than a cross-country ski. Rollerski is about 530 millimeter long frames in skating, and athletes are keeping very close distance. And on one hand, it gives advantage for them if they are close together. They are having aerodynamics each after, but on the other hand, it makes some safety issues that, especially when it comes to the men's race, they are so close together that they are getting some injuries with pole sticks. So you must take care about pole sticks and also not making contact with the body, because it can be also obstruction racing very close together. We had a few cases in previous World Cup when athletes changing a position obstructed another athlete, so I hope we will not have a case here. And let's see, all group are coming up to final climb at the end of the first lap.
It will be very interesting to compare speed senior women and junior women at the intermediate points. And I continue to introduce the main contenders. I think in these rosters, Jacqueline Lochner from Sweden, number 3. The third place of last World Cup, and here he took a silver medal in sprint. Jacqueline Lochner, number 3, and she was on 17th place in the first time trial 10K interval start. Sandra Shuitsova from Czech Republic, number 4. A very universal rider. She was on second place last World Cup, and on these World Championships 2 times 6 places in sprint and time trial interval start.
Yes, I noticed Sandra Shuitsova from the last year, previous year in 2018. She made a very good start in the World Cup, and we are happy that we are having Czech team on a World Cup circuit, and especially Sandra. She's always smiling, and she's good both on sprint competitions and distance. And yes, it's one of the, I would say, one of the leaders in between ladies category in Rollerski World Cup.
In the Russian team, Natalia Nepryaeva, Svetlana Nikolaeva, number 9, number 10, Anastasia Regalina, and number 11, Anastasia Vlasova. The last one, participants of the World Cup and the prize winner of the national championships cross-country skiing. Svetlana Nikolaeva took bronze medals 2 years ago in time trial in Rollerski World Championships, and here in Madona he was on 11th place in a sprint.
So you can see that we don't have aerial view. It was planned that with this broadcasting we will have a drone camera, but probably didn't get permission until now. But we are hoping that we will get the drone camera view with the coming races today, so we can follow the whole circuit with athletes. Right now you can see that you saw the standings after first loop, and now the whole group are coming to the end of the downhill on a second lap. They're all close together. Natalia Neprayeva is still in the lead.
Neprayeva leads the all just lap, and in the leading group, most of the starting peloton, but without 5 skiers.
I was wrong on this downhill. In front, what was Swedish, I think, athlete Ma Olsson. But of course, they're all together, close together. Probably there's something with a pole. If serviceman is running along.
And now on the leading position, number 5, Moa Olsson, Sweden. She was on 5th place in the first race, 10K time trial, and participated in sprint, only 17th place, without final runs.
You can see it's quite tricky, this U-turn. All group are spreading out because it's narrow. It's specially made because of safety, and it's very decisive. Are you in front of group or in middle of end? Because before uphill you can get a good spot, and then you can try to go hard on uphill.
Number 13 in this leading peloton, main peloton, Valentina Kaminska, experienced skier from Ukraine. She participated in 2 Olympics, and she was a prize winner in ski roller championships 4 years ago.
And here you can see on the side of the track Ludwig Remb in white shirt. He is a team captain of Swedish team and also the national race director in Sweden. You saw it's some crash at the top of the second uphill, but nothing serious. The athlete woke up and continues the competition.
The second uphill steeper, but not so long like the first starting section.
In cross country, when you race, you get FIS points for distance and also sprint competitions, and depending on what is the total climb of the course, you can get better points with a better factor. Here it's must-start competition, and because the total climb is below 28 meters on average on kilometer, you will get factor 2,800 for this race. So it means you must be close together to get with the leaders to get good FIS points. But if you're racing like on a first day on a track in Smedsarsils in Interval Star Classic, the course profile was much tougher, and it was about 28 meters on average per kilometer, and at least the factor for FIS points was 800.
14 ladies in leading group, including all main contenders.
You can see that on a straight part, Natalia Neprayeva using her legs because probably she feels very stable and don't need to use the upper body. And it's maybe a little bit difference between roller skis that roller skis are having better glide sometimes than the skis, and so you can work better on your legs, not involving the upper body.
I remind you about the team standings after the 2 days of World Championships in the senior category. Russia has 3 medals, 2 gold and 1 silver. Sweden 4 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze. Norway on the 3rd place of this unofficial team ranking, 1 medals of each quality. And Italy, 2 medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze.
We saw that something was wrong with pole of Natalia Neprayeva. Probably now it's fine, and she can continue competition. Whole group is together at the end of second lap. No one is going away, and Lucia Sardoni and Natalia Neprayeva and Lynn Somskar all together.
Number 20 in this group, Maria Nidyukhina, Belarus. She was 13th in 10K race and 8th place in sprint.
And it seems that second lap was a bit faster than the first lap. The time gap between first and second lap is shorter. So it means they are going full speed. It's tactics, but not relaxing. It's the race is on fire.
Peloton lost 2 riders, 2 strong riders, but in sprint competition. I mean number 3 and number 16. Number 3, Jacqueline Lochner, but she was on 3rd place of last World Cup. But her main specialty is sprint. She was a silver medalist in sprint competition in this tournament. And number 18. Number 16, Lisa Bolzan, 2-time junior world ski rollers championships.
I'm happy that we have also a German team here. We missed them in some World Cup races, but they found a team coming to World Championships in Madona. And I hope the German team will continue also in stages in Khanty-Mansiysk, Trento and Val di Fiemme. And here we can see the Kiti Auziņa, the Latvian competitor in this competition. Kiti Auziņa, tikko redzējām ekrānā Kiti Auziņa, kur arī ir veikusi 2 apļus. Pagaidām viņa atrodas 20. pozīcijā. Un viņa savulaik ļoti labi startēja sprintā junioru kategorijā. Tagad viņas laiku vairāk aizņēma studijas un nebija tik daudz laika trenēties. Redzēs, vai viņa izdosies turpināt saglabāt, atvēlēt laiku treniņiem nākotnē un saglabāt savu formu. And athletes, the leading group has passed 3rd times this quite tricky downhill. All are safe. 2 times left to go through this tricky curve, and the leading athletes getting some instructions from the service team, and it's interesting. Right now I cannot make any forecast. Of course I know that athletes maybe has something left, some kind of joker in their pocket. Maybe right now they are not all fighting with the full throttle and thinking about, but still it's interesting that we have different nations. We have Sweden and Russia and Germany and Italy in the leading group. So I hope we will have different nations on a podium.
Number 12 in the leading group, Julia Richter from Germany. It is her 3rd race in these championships, 10th place in interval start, classical style, I remind you, and 13th place in sprint. She is a bronze winner of the World Ski Rollers World Championships 2 years ago between the juniors, and now this is her first senior category tournament.
For me, it's very interesting also, and to see the technique of the athletes. You can see the very high level, that how good they are, how strong are, how good balance they have. let's say in Latvia our skiers are not so skilled, and now when you see the world level athletes racing, it's your eyes are happy to see the very well performing technique, especially in ladies, because it's not so easy to motivate young skiers to train hard here. So if they will see right now that ladies are going so strong and confident, I think it's good for young skiers.
Number 8, Lucia Scardoni, Italy. Check her pulse, and maybe you need to change the pull.
Yeah, it's quite often compared to winter time that you can get some fault in your pulse, because asphalt is hard, and also on asphalt you have manholes and some hard particles which can damage your pulse. Here we don't see so many damaged poles, but 1 month ago in Beijing, in Mustard, it was a hell of broken poles, especially in men's race. I noticed about 50 broken poles on that course, and yes, it's a price you pay. I hope that producers will improve their quality of poles. Maybe they must make it more stiff on some parts to be able to race on these conditions.
Very attractive picture from drone camera, and in the leading group now only 10 skiers.
I hope we will get some closer look from drone in front.
For Russians in leading group, 2 Swedish rider, Italian, Germany, Slovakia, Alena Prohaskova, and Valentina Kaminskaya, Ukraine.
And athletes are coming to the end of the 3rd lap. They're still together, bunch of ladies. They are doing hard, but they don't want to give up. They want to be in group to be pretend medal positions.
The end of the 3rd lap of 16.5 length distance, and only 2 laps to go.
It seems that Anastasia Vlasova is fighting on this uphill part. Her technique is becoming more unstable, but if you look on Natalia Neprayeva, it doesn't change. Is it 1st lap or 3rd lap? She's going on a cruise control, I would say, without any sharp moves, just like on training.
Unfortunately, Valeria Tuleneva, number 7 from Kazakhstan, lost contact with the leading group, and the member of the national cross-country ski team now on the 11th position.
Yes, it's good to have a participant from Kazakhstan. We hoped for the bigger team here, but of course each team has different reasons, training camps and different plans. But yes, it was good. It is good for Valeria. Good start. I mean, I hope she will be in top 10 in this race. And 3 laps are made and 2 laps remaining for the leading group.
Now the leading group on the highest point of course, I think. What is the height difference on this course, on this track?
I think it's about 18 meters could be. We had the height profile, but I don't have it on my papers. I think the total climb was about 60 meters on this course. Now you can see the aerial view of Madona city. it's maybe stream connection is not so good, but yes, you can get some overview of this small city, which we call as a winter capital of Latvia. I mean winter sports capital of Latvia, because this city is famous with the cross-country on biathlon traditions. We are not famous with Olympic champions, but at least in Latvia, everybody knows that in Madona is the best conditions for training in cross-country and biathlon.
In Madona, there is a very experienced organizing committee. The World Cup ski rollers, continental cross-country skiing events, continental cups, and many others competition was organized here. And in the nearest year, the nearest aim junior world championships.
I understand it's a European junior championships in biathlon, but yes, Madona has ambitions to be in top level events in biathlon and cross country, and they have invested in this ski and biathlon center for last, I think, 12 years, and they're doing it step by step. And right now they have one of the best biathlon stadiums in this area. Of course, we cannot compare Madona with Otepää so far, but I'm saying that Madona is small Otepää of Latvia.
The same picture in the leading group, last 30 minutes on the first position, only Natalia Nepryaeva, and only 9 athletes can keep her tempo.
You can see that we saw the Kitty Auziņa passing the time split, and she's the only Latvian athlete, not only Paula Bergfeld also. Okay, we will jumping back to the leading group. The last uphill, not the last, one of the 2 uphills in this lap. They're all together. Actually, I hope this is not somebody from team with a bicycle, because according to rules you're not allowed to assist. This is not a Tour de France or some other kind of event. It's some. I hope the jury member at the end of the will take away this assistant.
Kitty Auziņa participated in 3rd race in this championship. She was 16 on 10 time trial, 10 kilometers time trial, and 15th place sprint.
And if you are in a city and doing this kind of race, it's more relaxed than in winter. Like in winter you have closed stadiums, fully fenced. Here you must expect some riders like this with bicycle who think that it's some kind of funny thing to be here. But we are seeing now the change in the leading group, the Linz Homskar making a move before pre-final uphill, coming to the last lap, and let's see.
The first time in this race, Homskar to take the leading position.
You know, like in soccer, we have streakers who likes to run on a field. Here we had one cycling guy willing to follow the ladies' race, but now he is away. And we are waiting for the leading group coming to the final climb on a lap 4. Yes, Linz Homskar was a world champion in Sollefteå in World Rollerski Championships 2 years ago, and I think she's very motivated. No matter how strong other athletes are here, she is motivated to show that she has experience and power enough to be on the top.
Samskar, multi-time world champion in the different types of races. She's a universal rider.
And especially she is quite adaptive, let's say, for when it comes to the hard conditions like rain. I remember there was a Swedish Cup race in some years ago in very, very tough rain. You couldn't see anything, and she made the victory there, competing with cross-country national team athletes together. And also yesterday, you notice when it's in sprint competition, when the asphalt came wet, the situation in finals changed completely. And this is like the quality of athletes, that they can adapt to different conditions and make a good race.
So this is the end of the fourth lap, and the ladies go to the last one. And the first time in the leading position, number 10, Anastasia Rugalina from Russia. He took 7th place in time trial 10 kilometers the first day of World Championship.
We have 10 athletes in a leading group, divided just with 2 seconds. So Anastasia Rugalina in front of the group, and Lynn Somskar, Natalia Neprayeva, Lukia Skardoni, Svetlana Nikolaeva, Alyona Prochaskova, Moa Olson, Sandra Shutseva, Julia Richter, and Anastasia Vlasova, divided just by 2 seconds.
In the first World Cup of this season, there were 2 sprint competition, 200 meters, and the typical sprint competition for cross-country skier, 1.5K. Is it? What your opinion? What is the perspective of the normal sprint competition in ski rollers program?
I'm not the wizard. I cannot foresee future, but we can see that also in winter time, new formats are founded in different places. We see in Sweden, Norway, we have 100-meter sprint in winter, 200-meter sprint in Rollerski have been for many years, and it's very attractive format. You can place it in cities, in public areas. Of course, the traditional cross-country sprint. What we mean traditional? It also appeared only, I think, in 2005 in World Cup. But it takes some kind of requirements for the course, and also athletes must be have specific preparation for it. But I think all formats are good until it's interesting for spectators. You must, if you make it attractive, if there's action. It's very high speed. I'm very worried about ladies. You show the ladies are jumping on the pedestrian, but all are standing on their feet. It's good that nobody is down, and all together going to the pre-final uphill. There's 2 uphills left where you can make some move, change.
It seems to be a very dangerous move on this turn by Moa Olsen, number 5 from Sweden.
Yeah, you are high with adrenaline. You are expecting to do something, and sometimes maybe it's not the good decisions made during this high tension. But luckily, all ladies are safe now, and now it's not so dangerous anymore. Only this turn, and then you're doing just 2. Oh, yes, but it was a Russian girl, which
four Russian girls in this leading group,
and one of the Russian girls fell.
But number 10, Anastasia Rugalina, lost contacts with group.
No, this is
yes, Anastasia Vlasova. Yes, the first one lost this contact. number 11.
Let's see. There's both Russian girls together, and they were in contact. And I would say it's race accident. Of course, jury will decide, but it was quite narrow place to go together in two athletes together. But luckily they're all together going, and probably she will catch up the group. So I feel some tension. It's I think 500 meters or left to the finish.
This is very interesting episode a few minutes ago. But fortunately without crashes and others.
I see that the arena speaker is telling that some athlete has broken ski pole. Let's hope that somebody will assist and give a new pole so they can continue fighting.
Well, in the leading group now only 6 or 7 riders. And this is very aggressive attack on the steepest hill of track on the last lap.
Kita Jauziņa dodas pēdējā aplī ar atbalstu no klātesošajiem skatītājiem šeit Madonā uz Raiņa ielas. Un mēs gaidām pēdējā kāpumā līderu grupu. And we just saw that number 7, Valeria Tuleneva from Kazakhstan, is going to the uphill.
7 skiers in the leading group and about 2 kilometers to finish. Lucia Scardoni, Italy, number 8, Sandra Shutsova, Czech Republic, number 4, Moa Olsen, number 5, Sweden, Alena Prochaskova, Slovakia, number 2, Svetlana Nikolaeva, number 9, Russia, Lynn Somskar, Yellow Beep, Sweden, Julia Richter, number 12, and where is Natalia Nepraeva?
I don't see her.
Oh, no! It's unbelievable! Where is Natalia Nepraeva?
I cannot see her.
Maybe something happened, poles or something else?
And now we are on a final curve going to the uphill final 200 meters. It's 6 ladies on a track, I see.
It's a real sprint, and I think the most stronger and yellow beeper, Lynn Somskar.
And Elena Prochaskova also is moving together with Lynn Somskar. I cannot see, I think Lynn Somskar is in front. The final meters, and yes, Lynn Somskar makes a world champion.
Alena Prochaskova and
Sandra Shutseva was third, I think. It looked from my side that we have Sandra Shutseva as a bronze medalist. Let's wait for the final results. It was very interesting. I don't know what happened with Natalia Nepraeva and why we lost her in the leading group.
I think the steepest hill before 1.5 km to the finish was the point of the deciding attack by Somskar and the other.
Congratulations to Lynn Somskar. She deserves this win. She was very motivated, confident, but still it was a very hard competition, very tight fight, and she was lucky. I see that Elena Prochaskova is very happy. It wasn't maybe very good start for her this season, but she's very happy for this race.
So Lynn Somskar, real World Cup leader.
Un mēs redzējām tikko Kitu Jauziņu, pēdējais kilometrs viņai palicis ir šajā distancē. And now we are again back to the finish area. probably we will have some interview with the winners of this race in a few minutes.
And flower ceremony for junior.
Yes, say hello to Linn Samskar, everybody from Sweden and friends from other nations. And here on our screen is Valeria Tuleneva from Kazakhstan going to the last finish. Straight, it seems that she has an injured on the knee. It means something happened on a track, probably. But luckily she will go until to the finish with the support of spectators from Madona.
Samskar, two-time world champion 2019, and I think it is her 7 or 8 gold medal in ski roller world champs.
I noticed yesterday the speaker was interviewing her after sprint and saying the number of medals, and she didn't know how much medals. The speaker know the number of medals, but she didn't know it by heart.
Alena Prohaskova again, one of the best ski rollers athletes, second place silver medals, and Sandra Shutsova, Czech Republic, third. Lucia Scardoni, Italy, fourth place. The best Russian Svetlana Nikolaeva, fifth place. Лучший из россиянок на пятом месте Светлана Николаева. Moa Olsen, Sweden, sixth place. Anastasia Julia Richter, Germany, seventh place. And Russians skier Anastasia Regalina, Anastasia Vlasova, Natalia Nepryaeva from 8 until 10 places.
It will be interesting to hear afterwards the comments from athletes and coaches. What was happening during the last 2 laps? Why Natalia Nepryaeva and Anastasia Vlasova lost contact with the leading group? We can't blame the waxing here, or I don't know, some ski service, because all athletes have similar conditions. It's more fair, I would say, for these competitions than in winter time.
Yeah, I agree with you, absolutely. More similar in roller skiing competition than in winter.
And maybe I'm wrong, but when I followed the World Cup in Beijing 1 month ago, all athletes was racing also on same equipment. It was Swix Rollerskis, and the wheels was same. Of course, it can be some different faults in bearings, but still. And then I noticed that also I talked with some athletes and also Johannes Klebo, and you see that if you have equal conditions, athletes, it's hard for athletes to go away in mustard, because there's no advantage from your ski service. You can rely only on your skills, on your physical abilities and technique.
Last sprint in pursuit, one of the pursuits group, and one of the best sprint of this tournament, number 3, Jacqueline Lochner from Sweden, not the best in this group.
Let's wait for the flower ceremony for junior ladies and senior ladies, and the start of junior man is in 5 minutes or 6 minutes. It's foreseen in 6 minutes.
Okay. Hello, dear ski friends. Welcome to Madona, Latvian sport capital, sport winter capital. But now we will tell about the summer cross-country skiing, Rollerski World Championship. Now the third day of the tournament, and this is the day of mass start freestyle technique. The third race for junior men. And now this is the warm-up for spectators and judges. Thank you for warming up, group, and now time to start of junior men 20 kilometers freestyle. In starting list, there are 31 riders representing 11 countries. Russia, Latvia, Norway, and Ukraine represent 4 riders maximum. Romania, Slovakia, Germany, all 3 riders in this peloton. Sweden and Italy, 2 riders. Lithuania and Poland, 1 at its on the start position just now. But the pole position belongs to the current World Cup leader. He is Alexander Grigoriev, Russia. The course in the center of the city, lap 3.3 kilometers and the number of laps 6. Alexander Grigoriev, 2-time silver medalist of these championships, and he was World Championships in time trial last ski rollers championship 2 years ago. Last year he won silver medal in World Cup and he was the runner-up of this prestigious tournament. And now he is a current leader. But Junior participated in only the first World Cup stage, but senior elite groups for them for it this second stage after the Beijing. So the start done, and 31 riders going on 20K freestyle. The other contenders in this race, for sure, the defending World Cup champion Johan Ekberg from Sweden, number 102 for sure. She won 20K in the first day of these championships. It was a time trial, 20K interval start, but classical style. Number 103, Dmitry Karakosov, world champion of this tournament in a sprint. He won gold medal yesterday. In Russian team, number 106, Artem Vasilyev. He took 5th place in time trial 20K. And Dmitry Nagaev, number 17, 117. He took 13th place in the first race. The other contenders, for sure, one of the main in these rosters, Niks Sauliutis, Latvia, number 104. Bronze medalist on the first race on 20K, Ola Spigseth from Norway has number 105. Armund Korsat, Norway, 107. One more Norwegian rider, and he was on fourth place yesterday in sprint competition. I asked to present Latvian riders in this team, my colleagues, chairman of Ski Rollers Committee, International Ski Federation, Martins Niklas.
Niks Sauliutis is potentially one of the best Latvian junior athletes, but also Ilvars Bisenieks is good in longer distances, and yes, all juniors are quite on the same level if you think about distance competition. And juniors on this age in Latvia, we have quite good competition in between them. But of course, if you compare to other nations like Russia or Norway, they still need to train a lot. But right now you can see that Niks Sauliutis are in front. At least he's trying to do first lap to show up for the local spectators. Yeah, I don't have idea how long it can keep this pace, but I think he's in good mood after yesterday's bronze medal in and
now attack by Ola Spigseth, number 5 from Norway. He's a bronze medalist of time trial 20K. But I think now it's fighting for the first position in this large peloton.
In a second uphill, in this uphill, you can see it's narrow part on the top, and so you must try to keep in front to not to lose the leading group. We have 31 participants, and yes, it's more action here. We have more laps to race and higher speeds. Now we have slow motion from the first downhill, and you can see it's athletes are quite high adrenaline. When we discussed it this part before, idea was that athletes will spread out before start of downhill, but you can see that they are going in group 2 or 3 in one lane, which is not good. But until now they are all together safely. I hope they will calm down and just try to do the good race.
Martins, what types of wheels juniors men use in this race? What the difference between women equipment?
It's again Alpex wheels, but a little bit harder. It's rubber material, but I think it's like wheel 50 or 55. I'm not sure. I must ask the jury member, but of course the speed itself is a little bit higher than for ladies. And of course juniors are physically stronger, they are pushing harder in every place, so the average speed probably will be
about 30 kilometers per hour.
Yes, it should be 30-35 kilometers in this must-start course.
So the speed is look like in winter skiing movement, skiing races.
Yes,
the same.
Of course, in winter also we have different conditions. We have, let's say, fresh, wet snow, which is maybe slower, but many times we have very icy tracks, and which is salted, and it's very high speed. It can be 35 up to 40 km on a flat part, so it's no big difference. The difference only is, of course, the Rollerski itself. It's shorter, and maybe the different balance. But I think it's, again, the Rollerski is the main training tool for cross-country skier, and it's much closer to cross-country than cycling or running. So I think if you want to be a good skier in winter, you should train on Rollerski in summertime.
As far as I know, the first World Championships during this competition, fast rollers used in different races. But now, in the program of World Championships, only one race, a sprint race with fast rollers.
Principle, this division between fast and slow, it's just a kind of just a name. It's fast wheels you call when it's from PU or polyurethane material, which is a bit harder, and slow it's when it's from rubber, and it means it has a softer or harder surface and rebounds. But my approach is that you decide to go on slower wheels when you have a safety issue, if you have track with sharp curves or downhills, which can be dangerous potentially. But it's not aim itself to just make the race slower. I think first must be safety precautions when we decide to make some kind of regulation for going slower. But in championships in Sollefteå or in Val di Fiemme or in previous, it was different courses as a competition course. In Sollefteå we also used different type of wheels because the competition course was quite technical with sharp curves on downhills in Sollefteå ski track. But for example in Val di Fiemme we race on PU wheels, which is faster. You must be you must have more balance, more adrenaline. But I think it's small detail which doesn't make the big issue for me. It's still I look on this that like if you go for cycling, sometimes you choose different tires depending on surface you are racing. So it's same here. Now you can see the second downhill athletes are talking. Calm down, don't fight here. Make it safe for all of us, and they are braking, trying to break down speed before the curve, and it's all good on a second.
I think the first rider must not brake on the downhill.
From camera, on camera you cannot.
Why the first crashes on this downhill? This is Denis Mishutin, Ukraine. Mishustin. We hope he's okay and he can continue this race.
We saw also yesterday in sprint competition that one Lithuanian athlete lost both skis because of bindings. Now we have this so-called NIS platform, when the bindings are equipped to the frame with not with screws but with plastic system, and sometimes this system makes fault, and maybe this was the issue for this athlete which fell down in this curve, that maybe the binding was lost on the curve.
This is not a tactical race, very fast, very speedy race from very beginning. And that is why Peloton lost a few riders on the second lap. Everything okay. Denis Mishustin, Ukraine rider, and he is skiing again.
Let's wait all the group at the end of the second lap. Here now it seems that everything was okay with bindings. It was just sunglasses. It's not good to see this kind of falling down. Now you can see the local symbol of Madona city walking around the city, cheering up.
Team Ukraine consists of 4 riders in this race, and best of them in the first race, Alexander Lysagor took 4th place. Number 129, Alexander Lysagor. Another Ukrainian riders, number 131, Vladimir Aksyuta, and 115, Vitaly Kolupaika.
We have about 20 athletes in a 10-second gap group, so it's a big group altogether until second lap. So I cannot forecast anything so far. After making almost 2 laps, it's a lot of potential pretenders for the podium, and I'm more stressful about they all go safe with no crashes, and we can have a good, fair competition and let the strongest make the win.
Today it is very comfortable weather, about 20 centigrade without wind, so the perfect weather for cross-country ski competition.
I can say honestly, in this morning I was quite tired from yesterday's competition, and I went for the morning training, and it was really good. And 123.
Lauris Kaparkales.
Yes, he was in front in previous lap. He was in a 5 or 6 position, but now he lost a pole, or it was broken. But I hope and also Nick Saulitz has a problem with the pole. Yeah, they're going very close. You can see he's asking for pole. And it's very tight competition and a lot of contact, and poles are lost, the tips are broken, and yes, it's not good. I hope.
And at the end of the second loop, attack by Johan Ekberg, Sweden, and Italian rider Maceiro. But the gap is not large just now, about 20 meters, not more, and the world champion in 20 kilometers time trial, and the World Cup champion last season try to nervous other his contender.
I think in this situation, when 2 laps only made, it's important to save the power, not to waste too much power, to be in front, to be in a group, but still to save something for the finish, for the last 2 laps. And of course, in every situation when you lose a pole or you need to go with 1 pole, you waste your energy, so it means it will be left less for the decisive moments at the end of the race. But this is a sport, it's not a chess where you're sitting down and thinking. Here is a real 3-dimensional life where you need to fight with different obstacles.
So the speed of junior men more higher than women. 2 laps faster than 14 minutes, 7 minutes per 1 lap.
Almost 1 minute in 1 lap faster than for a senior woman or in average. They're talking together, so trying to calm down on a I started to explain that first athlete is not good, that he's breaking down. But you know, when you are in front 10 meters, you are in front because you made a very fast middle of downhill. So even when you are braking, you are still having a good speed, of course.
Niks Saulutis have a little problem on this curve, on this downhill.
Yes, and Johan Ekberg is trying to fix his pole tip. Many athletes is asking for poles. Yes,
and again, very dangerous U-turn, and the riders warn each other.
Yes, it seems that a lot of adrenaline in their heads and they cannot calm down. They want to use every opportunity, every turn, every downhill to change, to improve their position, and they don't want to give up. Everybody thinks that it's their opportunity to win this race. And yes, it's young guys with a lot of ambitions and therefore also maybe potentially a lot of chances to break a pole or to go down on these curves.
Armand Korset, number 107, Norway, now leads the main peloton. He's a good sprinter, but I don't know what his ambition in distance races. After 10 races of current World Championships in medal standing, the first place belonged to Russian team. 14 medals, 5 golds, 6 silver and 3 bronze. Second place, team Sweden, 6 medals, 3 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze. The third place, Norway, 2 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze, the total 5 medals. Italy has 1 silver and 1 bronze. Latvia, Slovakia and the Czech Republic all has 1 medal. Latvia 1 bronze, like Czech Republic and Slovakia 1 silver. And 7 countries took part in a awarding ceremony.
If we compare junior woman competition and junior men's competition, it's completely different. In junior woman, we can see that all Russian ladies was going together in team and assisted each other. Here, you can see that all 4 Russian juniors are not. They cannot use really team tactics because everything is changing all the time, and it's not easy to gain a good position for all together. So it's a completely different story here. And now they are coming to the end of the third lap.
And I remind you about today's results in junior women and the senior women races. So the winner of the junior women, Kristina Kuskova, Russia. Second place, Anastasia Faleva, Russia, and another Russian athlete, Arina Belinka, took bronze medal. Senior women, the world champion again, Lina Samskar, Sweden. Second place, Alena Prohaskova, one of the most experienced participants of this tournament. I think she is a real superstar of current championships. Second place, Alena Prohaskova, and the third place, Sandra Shutsova, Czech Republic. And now, the end of this third lap, the half of distance.
Yes, a half a distance, but still, I think almost 20 athletes are almost together, and nothing is decided yet. You can see that in the front is Jonas Fidlund from Norway, Dmitry Karaskov on second spot, Amund Karas from Norway third, Italian Massero Lorenzo number 4, Johan Egberg 5, Alexander Grigoriev 6th spot, Andrea Gartner 7, Alexander Isochor from Ukraine 8, Filip Rozshoy from Sweden and 9, and Ilvars Biseneks number 10 from Latvia. All athletes are, let's say, in 2-3 second gap, and the leading group is 18 athletes together with a 5 seconds gap in between, and Nick Saulic is trying to catch up, number 18. He lost contact, but let's hope he will be back on a group.
In leading group, there are 4 Russian riders, 3 Norwegian, 4 Norwegian from Sweden. In leading group, only one. Oh no, so sorry. 2 skiers. 2 Ukrainian riders in this group, and Romania, Slovakia, and Latvia for sure. Ilvars Biseneks in this large peloton.
And I remind you, this is the World Championships for a junior competition in must start, and the group made 3 laps, and they are competing in total 20 kilometers. The tension are high, and right now they are on a 4th lap going down to the curve. They are trying to find a good spot before turn, which is
Number 103, Dmitry Karakosov, world champion in sprint competition. He won gold medal yesterday. And he's the first time in the first position.
Yes, and the leading group is ended by Dmitry Nagayev, number 117. It seems they are going away with the group is becoming less. Other athletes are not able to keep this speed in the middle of distance. It will be interesting afterwards to analyze how was the average time splits between each lap for this competition.
The gap between main peloton and the first pursuit group not very large, not more than 15 seconds, and 2 Latvian skiers leads this pursuit group.
Oh, one more athlete is well down.
Damian Chesnik, Slovakia.
Your legs after this.
What happened? Why he's without gloves?
No, he has the glasses, but it seems that the legs was very full of lactic acid, and he couldn't keep the balance, and he just decided to land down to make it safe. I hope everything is fine for him. Yeah, just reminds that in In Rollerski we have safety rules that it's mandatory to use helmets and also the goggles or glasses or eye protection, especially in mass start. So
but most riders compete with gloves.
Yes,
but the Chesnik without.
Yeah, that's
it's a mistake, big mistake.
Yeah, of course.
Like Nagaev from Russia, 117.
Yes, but regarding gloves, there's no rules. It's your own decision. Of course, if you consider that you can go down, it's better to have gloves, because if you are going in contact with asphalt, it's a friction and you can get injury.
Ski roll is extreme sports, and that is why a lot of participants and a lot of spectators like this sport.
I wouldn't call it extreme. It depends how skilled you are. You can say also that running is extreme or playing chess is extreme if you want to go asleep on a chess game. But of course you need to have some kind of skills and training to make it safe, and from organizer side, of course, you need to try to arrange competition as much as safe as possible by trying to make all safety precautions, fence off all the dangerous obstacles, and or make some warning painting and other issues.
Russian assistant, hurry up to change pole for whom?
I don't know. I think in this race we will have very many broken poles. I got in WhatsApp group from jury members that it's already, I think, more than 10 poles are broken, but we are not making statistics for that. It's just good that all athletes can keep the race, get needed service as soon as possible.
And now the next intermediate point, the end of fourth lap.
Yes, the fourth lap. What I wanted to say is that compared to senior woman competition, here we can see higher speed, but also I can notice that athletes are losing their power and they are getting more unbalanced. They are like unconscious more. They don't want to lose their spot, but you can see that they are not anymore so coordinated. The glide is not so confident anymore. They are changing their balance from one leg another. So it means it's getting more unsafe to keep in group.
Again, faster than 7 minutes per lap per 3.3K. The peloton passed the last fourth lap.
Yeah, it's still Jonas Fridlund in a lead, but it's all leading group is just 4 seconds between first and 16th position.
So it means the average speed more than 30 kilometers per hour.
Yes. 2 more laps for the leading group. Almost less than 2 laps already. They already went to the 5th lap.
And we saw only one aggressive attack by Johan Egberg, but the most part of race peloton together, the big pelotons. Dear spectator, please use the ski rollers working training session with gloves.
Actually, it's allowed to use also all the other protection. You can use elbow and knee protection. And I remember 2 years ago we had competition in World Cup where some athlete from Kazakhstan used a protection which is used in inline skating. So and he explains that he wants to make it safe so he don't have injuries for winter time. I think it's a good, fair attitude that you don't risk your health so much if you're not sure about your skills.
Again, one of the most dangerous section on course.
We lost the signal from the camera on that turn, and we hope we will be back soon. And it's less than 2 laps, it's 1.5 lap for the leading group for junior men's competition. 20-kilometer must start here in Madona in World Rollerski Championships 2019.
I remind you the main results of the first 2 races between junior men. The first 20k race, classical interval start, won by Johan Egberg from Sweden. Alexander Grigoriev took second place and from Russia, and Ula Spikset, Norway, won a bronze medal. Another day, a sprint day, Dmitry Karakosov became the world champion on 200 meters track. Alexander Grigoriev again silver medalist, and Niks Saulitis, Latvia, won bronze medal, the first Latvian medal in World Championships.
Yes, it's first World Championships medal for Latvia in any of the ski disciplines in FIS formats. I think it's some history happened yesterday. I hope it will be good lesson for new athletes starting to train. Right now, I hope we are back with a live camera. We lost it for some period. Maybe there was some problems with connection of cables, but I hope this is live stream.
I had to note, very good job by broadcasting team of the championships.
Yes, of course, we are not on Eurosport with regular broadcasting crew. It's quite a new experience for the organizer of this event, but we are trying to make his best, and I hope for local and international spectators who are not able to come to Madona, it's still good opportunity to follow for these races on this stream, and also to see the live results. And now we are waiting athletes to the intermediate 5th lap to see how many athletes and who are in front going for the final decisive loop in this competition.
In the leading group now only 14 riders. Unfortunately, Alexander Lysagor, Ukraine, and his teammates Vitaly Kolupaika lost contacts with the leading group. And one of the last possibilities to get to take some drinks.
Yes, of course, they will not use this opportunity on the final lap, because it's no time for that. It's final energy fuel tank here for them. And then it's again Alexander Grigoriev is back in front.
It's interesting, most of the participants miss the feeding zone.
Yeah, it's no place for everybody to get the drink, because it's very short. And if you are in the middle of group, you cannot get it. You must suffer without any H2O and carbohydrates. But of course, they have a lot of hormones in their bodies, and right now they are passing the intermediate time and going to the final lap.
So intermediate point 16.5 kilometers and only 3.3 exactly kilometers to go. Number 120, Denis Tilesh, Slovakia, lost contacts, and 109. He's from Romania, Forica. Romanian athletes participated only in distance races, but not took part in sprint competition.
Honestly, right now I see that the 20-kilometer distance is different compared to 15, because if you would have 15, it will be different story. Right now, some athletes is just dropping out because they don't have any power left. They can't keep. They don't have endurance enough to make 20k on the same speed. What was decided by the leaders.
14 riders in leading peloton on the last lap. And in this group there are 4 Russians, 4 Norwegian, 2 Italian riders, a Romanian, 1 Romanian athletes, Ilvars, Visiniks, Latvia, and that's all.
That's all. But still, it's a lot of unforeseen things. It's still interesting how the last lap will be decided by leading 14 athletes. Of course, Russians are one of the potential pretenders for the podium, but I think Norwegians and Italians have the same chances. And of course, I would like to see some underdog, let's say some Romanian guy or other who can make a podium. It's always good to have some new names, new nations on podium, and it gives some new sparkle for them coming back to their home countries with a medal from World Championships.
For sure, it will be very interesting to follow the peloton during the last lap, not to miss the deciding attack. But we hope we will see all important episodes. Jakub Kowalski, 126 from Poland. Continuing the race like the rider from Germany, Vincent Fichte, 27, and 30, Denis Mashustin, Ukraine. Very tight, guys.
And let's wait for final 300 meters, I think, or 400 meters left for the leading group. I hope we will see them soon in camera, and we get some good news for few and maybe not so good news for others. But that is a sport. You can't have a first place for everybody. It's only one who will be a winner. And it seems that Alexander Grigoriev, he made a move like he did it last year in Khanty-Mansiysk. In must start in final lap he went away alone, and right now he is about 20-30 meters up, in front. It's about 400 or 500 meters left. It's a small U-turn around 2 buildings, and then they will come back to the final climb.
Early attack by Alexander Grigoriev, and he wants at last a gold medal. He took already 2 silver medals in the first 2 days of competition, and now he, the leader.
It's final chance for him to be a world champion as a junior in mustard, because after 2 years he will be already senior, and I think he has a lot of ambitions. He is very dedicated, a calm guy, and yes, but of course let's see what happens. It's still some 300 meters left, some tricky places, a lot of tactics, very tight contact between other athletes. So it is very interesting. We have a lot of spectators here on a final straight, waiting to see the leading group coming to the final uphill.
And he is the last chance to win a World Cup like a junior.
Yes.
And he continued to lead, and he has advantage about 3 or 4 seconds, and the pursuit groups in the leading of pursuit groups Johan Ekberg, but the last 200 meters and the advantage by Alexander Grigoriev enough to win this race.
It seems that the first place is decided, but it's very tight fight between for the second and third place between Johan Ekberg and Vasiliev Artyom.
Alexander Grigoriev at last world champion. The second place Johan Ekberg, and the third place Russian.
I didn't see the beep for the third place, but yes, it was Russian team suit. So it means it will be
Artyom Vasiliev.
Artyom Vasiliev, 2 Russians and 1 Swedish athlete on a podium. Very tight race, very interesting. Lot of action during the 20-kilometer must start for junior men. Lot of drama. Many athletes was in the leading group. Many athletes lost it, and it wasn't easy for juniors. 20-kilometer distance is quite long. We saw that after 15 kilometers, many athletes couldn't keep this speed, what was decided by Alexander Grigoriev.
And what place Ilvars Bisenieks?
I need to check. Bisenieks is on number 12. He's 12 seconds behind Alexander Grigoriev. It's a very good start for Ilvars Bisenieks. Izcils panākums, izcils starts Ilvaram Biseniekam. 12. pozīcija pasaules čempionātā junioriem masu startā. Tikai 12 sekundes aiz uzvarētāja. Ļoti sīva cīņa latviešu sportistiem. Nikam Salītim neizdevās varbūt plānotais starts, diemžēl, dažādu iespējams tehnisku iemeslu dēļ, bet prieks par Ilvaru Bisenieku.
Into the program, only one race, but it will be perhaps very interesting, the most interesting race, men senior elite group, with participants of World Olympic champion and medalist of this tournament.
Just 14 minutes we are waiting. We will need to wait for start of senior men, but still junior men are on a track, fighting for everybody, fighting for their own place there. Niks Salīts just finished latviešu pārstāvis. Niks Salīts tikko finišēja 19. pozīcijā. Varbūt ne tik veiksmīgs starts, kā viņš bija plānojis, bet sportā notiek dažādas neparedzētas, neplānotas lietas. Cerams, ka gūta veiksmīga pieredze un motivācija turpmākiem treniņiem, turpmākam darbam. Mēs noteikti redzēsim Niku Salīti nākamajos 2 pasaules kausa posmos, Hanti-Mansīskā un 118. Arturs Aleksandrs Ļuļe no Latvijas, pēdējie 300 metri. Cienījams starts viņam. Grūti pateikt, neesmu ar viņu runājis, kādi bija viņam plāni un mērķi, bet, protams, ir patīkami startēt savās mājās šāda augsta līmeņa sacensībās savu līdzjutēju klātbūtnē. And Imantas Žilinskas from Lithuania is going on a final U-turn before the short uphill. It's also for him, it's like a home track here in Madona. They have a lot of training camps here in Smetsers course, and
the 4th gold medal in juniors competition in this tournament and championship by Russian teams, and the 4th bronze medal also. So in team standings now Russia has 16 medals. Not only juniors races and senior also. Sweden has 7 medals, 3 gold. Russia has 6 gold. Norway 5 medals, 2 gold. And other 4 countries has different kinds of medals. Italy, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Latvia. Short interview.
Надеялся на эту гонку, потому что для меня второе место было недостаточно. То есть я знаю, что я готов сильнее. И вот получилось себя реализовать.
Вчера мы так с Линой поговорили, потом я видел, что ты был очень недоволен, злой, что там с роллерами что-то не было в спринте вчера, но сегодня все катило нормально.
Поначалу все были на равных, а на финальной забеге, у кого были черные колеса на дождь, те имели гораздо большее преимущество, ежели другие спортсмены.
Сегодня какая тактика была? Мы увидели, что уже где-то 2-3 круга перед финишем уже постарался оторваться. Такой был план?
Нет, плана вообще не было. Хотел дождаться до финиша и сделать финишное ускорение, но почувствовал силы на финишном кругу в середине дистанции и решил попробовать сделать, так сказать, ва-банк.
Ты говорил, что чувствуешь, что мог лучше, чем второе место, но немножко удивился, что остальные на последнем круге полкилометра до финиша не могли держать твой темп.
Ну да, удивился.
Мог так спокойно финишировать и без таких всяких проблем?
Ну, тут все спортсмены по-своему сильные. Кто-то сильный финишер, кто-то дистанционщик. Вот. Я не знаю, кто как был готов к этому чемпионату мира, так что я опасался каждого.
В прошлом году ты финишировал третьим массовым старте здесь, тогда латвиец Райму Вигант выиграл. Может быть, хорошо, что он уже в взрослой группе?
Нет, почему? Мне нравилось с ним бегать. Я жду, когда перейду уже в взрослый спорт, когда буду бегать с мужчинами, и хочу взять у него реванш.
У женщины Лин Сомскар единственная, которая попала в тройку во всех дисциплинах, 3 здесь. И ты единственный из мужчин, который тоже попал в тройку. Какие планы на завтра в командном спринте? Побегаешь вместе с Каракосовым или какие тренерские?
Да, побегу с Дмитрием Каракосовым. Планы секретные. Вот. Мы не будем выкладывать, но готовим кое-что интересное.
Посмотря на результаты, которые показывали предыдущие 3 дня, конечно, цель выиграть и завтрашнюю гонку.
Конечно.
И кто будет вашим соперником ближайшим? Итальянцы, может быть, латвийская команда?
Норвегия, Швеция и Латвия.
Тогда желаем удачи. Завтра последний день. Да, победитель Александр Григорьев from Russia. Congratulations. He's passed out noteikti jo liela daļa skatītāji arī saprata. Jā, viņš pēc iepriekšējā
Александр Григорьев, безусловно, укрепляет свое лидерство в Кубке мира после этой победы. И будем ждать его сюрприза завтра, последний день в командном спринте вместе со своим соотечественником, также чемпионом мира в индивидуальном спринте Дмитрием Каракосовым. So Alexander Grigoriev, a strong leader in the current World Cup, and we are waiting the last junior race, the last day team sprint. But in today's program, only one race, the most interesting senior must start freestyle with participation of Olympic and world champions and the other very strong skiers. Я хочу писать.
Minute gap until final start for today's World Championships must start competition. It will be a senior men competition, 20 kilometers must start. And before we heard the interview with the winner of the juniors men competition, Alexander Grigoriev, who explained his tactics during today's competition and also about what they are planning tomorrow for the team sprint. Yes, I would say it was very interesting, very tight, very unforeseen competition with different actions, and of course we could see some leaders, but I couldn't forecast who will take the win, and I'm sure the next competition with senior men, 35 athletes from Russia, Norway, Sweden, Italy, Romania, Slovakia, Ukraine and Estonia, Latvia, Belarus and Poland and Germany will compete. 20-kilometer must start. Yes, if you noticed, the juniors made this 20-kilometer race in 40 minutes. So it means its average speed is above 30 kilometers per hour, and yes, very high speed, a lot of tension and a lot of action, and really interesting thing to follow. Now we will be silent for 5 minutes, and then we come back for the live transmission of senior men 20-kilometer competition in World Rollerski Championships 2019 in Latvia, Madona.
Into the third place, trešia vieta, Sandra Šutceva, Czech Republic. Čechija iegūst trešo vietu. Into the second place, otrajā vietā, Aļona Prachaskova, Slovakia. And the winner, uzvarētāji, winner for the second day in a row, Linne Somskar, Sweden, Sverige. Let's applause and congratulate Linne Somskar, Aļona Prachaskova, Sandra Šutceva. Best three senior ladies in 16.5 kilometer free technique with must start. Thank you. Drīz Indus Bikše ar Raimu Viganda dosies vēl ar citiem 33 konkurentiem 20 km distancē. Applauses. Thank you very much. Tak so mycket. Ďakujem. Nu ko, pievēršamies vīru startam. Dalībnieki viņam vietas starta koridorā. Priekšplānā būs Aleksandrs Bočanovs, 4 olimpisko spēļu medaļu īpašnieks, 3 sudrabi un 1 bronza. Un pasaules čempionātā šogad Zefeldā 4 medaļas, 4 sudrabi visās disciplīnās, kur viņš startē. So, Aleksandr Bočanov with the bib number 1. He won the medal in all the starts in Olympic Games, so nobody has such a perfect champions. Of course, Victor Gustafsson has 2 World Cup technical skating. He finished 2 days ago in the classical style. He carries bib number 3. Also Olympic champion 13 years ago, Evgeny Dementyev, who won the World Championship Rollerski 4 years ago, 2015 in Italy. He carries bib number 10, and then World Champion under 23 from 2010 in Hinterzatten in Germany 9 years ago, Paul Constantin Pepene from Romania. He carries bib number 11. And then Matteo Tanel from Italy, 8 times top 6 in the World Cup roller skiing. He finished at 9th 2 days ago. Also Alfred Busquist, and let's see what they will show. Ruslan Perekhodov from Ukraine. He has been top 30 finish at World Cup with sprint event once.
Hello, dear skiing friends. Welcome to FIS Rollerski World Championships, the 3rd day of a tournament. Senior men must start freestyle, 20K freestyle. 6 laps, 3.3 kilometers each one. In start list, there are 35 skiers representing 13 countries, and in start list a few Olympic champion, World Championships prize winners, and other strong contenders. And of course, one of the superstars of this event, multi-time Olympic medalist and World Championship cross-country medalist Alexander Bolshunov, #1. But yellow bib, the current World Cup representing Norway, Ragnar Andersen. Yesterday he won a sprint competition. And we, together with the chairman of the Rollerski cross-country committee, International Ski Federation, Martins Niklas,
Yes,
will commentate this race.
Yes, I will assist to Andrei on the show. It's a great honor for me. I am back here with a microphone, and let's wait for the start of the final race of today. It seems that Alexander Bolshunov was not ready for the gunshot, but everything is fine, and all 35 athletes are on a track.
Bolshunov already won the race during the first day of competition. It was the same distance, 20K, but interval start, time trial, and classical style. But today, freestyle skating, real skating. And who else? The pre-start contender. For sure, the all-Russian teams. And number 7, Alexei Chervotkin, silver Olympic medalist and the silver World Championship medalist, and the many-time junior world champion in cross-country skiing. Artyom Nikolaev, number 8, Alexei Shemyakin, number 9, and Olympic champion and world champion medalist Evgeny Dementyev. And he is world champion in ski rollers, the World Championship 2015. So the Russian team consists of 5 riders, more than other one. Why more than 4 riders?
Because Alexander Bolshunov was a winner of a previous World Championships in Sollefteå in 2017. It was must-start classic that time. And actually, for me, it was first time I saw him internationally on a summer events, and then we only on season 2018-2000 we noticed him also on a World Cup stage cross country, and therefore they have 5 athletes. I think it will be a real teamwork here in this competition for senior men. and just wait. Here we see them coming down to the first downhill, which is many times already mentioned before in today with the ladies and juniors men race. They don't want to give up the place, but let's hope.
So the peloton with 35 riders, that is why very dangerous the passing of this section when so large competitors in this group.
Yes, as I explained also in previous starts, all athletes are racing on same wheels, which is distributed by Elpex, Swedish Rollerski equipment company. These wheels are rubber wheels, I think number 555. It's a little bit faster than for ladies and junior ladies. And I just went to the race secretary and I got information that probably there will be some disqualification for ladies, because the jury checked the equipment after race and they noticed that some athletes have been interfering with equipment, changing bearings or doing something extra. But I don't know exactly which athlete or which name it is. We will see it on official result list. As far as I know, it's nobody from podium, but maybe top 6 or a little bit down.
Okay, so in start list there are 13 representatives from 13 countries. Russia 5 athletes, Norway and Sweden 4, like Italy. The full rosters: Romania, Ukraine, Germany 3 riders, Lithuania and Latvia 2 participants in this race, and Slovakia, Estonia, Belarus and Poland 1 athletes in race now.
Yes, you saw on the first uphill, Alexander Bolshunov was in front, and it was forecasted yesterday, discussing with the other coaches, that it's some kind of landmark for Bolshunov, trying to go hard already on the first lap and to spread out the group, make it more safe for him. Let's see how it will look after first lap. Will he go really fast so nobody could keep with his speed, or it just short speeding up?
Alexander Voronov, number 18, representing Belarus. He's a member of a national cross-country skiing, participants of Olympic Games, and in the first race here in Madona, he won. He took 14 places. So I remind you the main results of the last ski rollers championships, which held in Sweden 2 years ago. Must start, but 2 years ago this race was classical style.
Yes.
And Alexander Bolshunov defends his title of world champion. The second place was to Anders Svanebo, Sweden. He absent in Madona in Latvia, but the bronze medalist Robin Norum, Sweden, here. And he is for sure one of the main rival to Bolshunov and the strong Russian team.
And now we see the teamwork already in front of the group. Alexei Chervotin now is leading the all peloton, and Alexander Bolshunov is behind, coming first lap to the end. Before uphill of the first lap, 2 Russian team athletes are together, and then Ragnar Andersen, current World Cup leader, trying to keep the pace together with them.
Other Russian leader Alexei Chervotin was disqualified after the first race, classical race. Why?
Yeah, there was a tough decision, but it was a classical style. It was so-called turning zones, and there was few places where Alexei Chervotin did extra steps out of these turning zones. So he did skating steps in places which was not allowed. So it's not an easy decision, but there was also disqualification in junior category, and it wasn't only one place. It was probably, I think, 2 or 3 places which was noticed by jury, and therefore it was jury decision.
Поясним очень коротко российской аудитории, которая составляет довольно значительную часть наших трансляций. Алексей Червоткин был дисквалифицирован за применение конькового хода в запрещенных зонах. Ну, такое случается. Ну, а сейчас Алексей Червоткин возглавляет пелотон. And now we continue our race, very fast race, because the first lap faster than 7 minutes, 6 minutes, about 15 seconds. The first 3.3K, the average speed about 30 kilometers per hour.
I think it's about 10 seconds faster than for juniors for first lap. So let's wait for the second downhill. It's one of the races where athletes are riding, and I'm not feeling confident. I'm just keeping my thumbs to everybody goes down safe to this turn, and we can have a good fight on uphill, not on the uphill. I don't want to have fights on downhill. It's better to fight on the uphill part.
I would like to represent the other contenders in this race. For sure, Robin Norum, the current World Cup champion and multi-time prize winners of the Ski Rollers Championships. For sure, it is...
We can see right now that before second downhill, the Hermansson Pontus, he moved in front of the whole group, trying to go away on downhill, but he is catch up by the other athletes. So you can see that some kind of tactics is still. I think it would be wise from the stronger guys try to go away on the uphill part. So it's no game on downhill. So you are more safe, but. Number 10, it's Yevgeny Demenchev from Khanty-Mansiysk. He's trying to keep up with the leaders.
The most experienced participant of this race, he is 35 years now, and we remember him his victory 30 years ago on Turin Italian Olympics 2006. He won silver medals in the World Championships, and for sure he one of the best skier of last decade. And he won. He very often participate in ski rollers championships, and he was a world championship and prize winner during this tournament. So he's one of the specialists of these races, of this type of cross-country skiing.
You can see in this narrow part athletes are going double poling because they don't want to lose their spot, but still it's...
Alexei Shemyakin from Russia.
It's no place to go skating there. It's, yes, it's quite a tight place, but all staying together.
Viktor Gustafsson, number 3 from Sweden, second place in the last World Cup and the bronze medalist of this championship in time trial 20K. The other very strong contender.
Yes, we can see that in sharp curves and turns, it's a lot of contact between athletes. And probably at the end of race we will expect some protest or at least oral claims from different coaches that it wasn't fair. But this is usual situation, like we call it race accident. It's not always intentionally or just athletes trying to make safe, and it just contact happens. But
must start this contact race, contact sport, contact discipline.
But still, you need to obey the rules. It doesn't. So you must keep your track, but still think about your rivals, so they can make their track. So it doesn't mean that it's contact sport like fighting. You cannot abstract other athletes, or you cannot have a body contact which abstracts your competitors.
One more interesting team, I think Romanian squad consists of 3 riders, and I think the leader of this team, Paul Constantin Pepene. Participants of 3 Olympics and the World Junior Champion, not junior, under 23 champion in cross-country skiing. And he was a silver medal, I remember, silver medal in the Rollerski Championships 2013.
Yes, he is very strong in uphill competitions, especially in classic uphill competitions when it comes to Italy or other uphill regions. He's been very strong in these kind of formats.
Number 11, Pepene, Romania.
Yes. Right now we see that Evgeny Dementyev is still in the lead together with Alexander Bolshunov, but all group is together, and it will be end of the second lap, and speed is still high, but yes, I think it's little bit faster than maybe.
Yes, 6.50, 6 minutes 50 seconds each loop.
And who is behind? Number 18 is Indus Bigsh. No, it's Alexander Voronov from Belarus. He lost the group.
The national cross-country skiing participated a few national teams cross-country skiing participate in this race. Romania, Belarus, Ukraine. Ukraine represent participants of Olympic Games. Ruslan Perekhoda, number 15. Another member of the national team, Alexander Mukshin, number 27.
So 4 laps to go for the senior man. Nothing decided yet. All main group are together. A lot of potential athletes for the podium. A lot of tension.
6 riders participate in this championship in the boarding ceremony, and Evgeny Dementyev was 6 in the first race, and that is why he one of the prize winner of this championship.
Yeah. So we are again back to one of the critical points on this track. Big crowd. Bolshunov is in front. Very safe. And with every lap it's much harder because your legs are full of pain and lactic acid, and it's not so easy when you are going to the final laps. And of course, for those athletes who have more physical reserve in their legs, they can do better at every critical part of this track.
Very big peloton now, 28 riders in the main group, main peloton.
So it's interesting that nobody can run away. Even Alexander Bolshunov and Alfred Busquets is trying to keep pace with him. Evgeny Dementyev and Paul Trim from Norway, and also Italian Francesco Beckis, who is just, I think, 2nd year as a senior man. So it's a very good pack of different nations on a leading group.
Brothers Beckis, Francesco and Emmanuel participated in this race. Emmanuel Beck is number 5. He's, I think, more specialist in sprint races. And he's the best sprinter of the last years, multi-time world champions in this discipline. But this tournament for him unlucky, because only 7th place in yesterday's sprint he took Emmanuel Beckis. But his brother Francesca, number 22, universal skier.
Yes, he was when in junior age he was only maybe a sprinter, but by every year he's obtaining more endurance, and right now he's looking more like universal skier, and he's very good on legs in very tricky tracks. I think he's together with teammate is one of the pretenders for team sprint even tomorrow. But now we have a must start, and athletes are coming to the end of the 3rd lap. After 500 meters, they will be going through the 10K time split. And I think at that point, it's some kind of action should be changing. The screenplay should be different. And it's good to see that also local athletes from Latvia team are still on a track. They have 15 and 16 spot currently, just 2 seconds behind the leading group. So Vigants Raimo un Bikšuls Induls Bikše ir vadošajā grupā pagaidām 15. 16. pozīcija, bet tikai 1,7, 1,8 sekundes aiz līderiem. Ļoti labi turamies līdz 3. aplim. Un cerams izdosies noturēties līdz beigām, un tad jau, kā saka, lai izdodās finišā izdarīt visu, kas atlicis.
Very important to be in front of the peloton before the feeding zone, to comfortable take the drink.
Right now I didn't like, for example, number 15, he took a bottle, he drank and he not dropped away out of track, he left it on the track, and this is, I would say, unfair action. That if you drink, you should try to get rid of the bottle or glass, not making any unsafe issues for other athletes.
Ruslan Perihoda, number 15, Ukrainian, is not very unfair in the last feeding zone.
Yeah, but maybe it's, you know, you are just when you are racing on such a high speed, not much oxygen left on your mind and brain, and you can't think about all the consequences.
And again, very fast lap, the 3rd lap, and faster than 21 minutes. I think this is the fastest lap. 6 minutes 40 seconds, I think.
The juniors made the juniors winner time was 40 minutes for the 6 laps. Right now it seems that it's almost the same speed until now, but of course 3 more laps left, and I think the senior man has more speed endurance left for the remaining laps, and the speed will go up on a final 2 laps. But still 3 laps left, just 10 kilometers made for the leading group.
In main peloton, I note one more strong skier from Ukrainian team, number 13, Alexei Krasovsky, participating in 2 Olympics, and he is one of the leader of the national team. In the first race, he was 7 in 20K in this championship. And that is why I think his ambitions in this race very high.
Yes, but I think it's completely different story when you are a spectator or watching on TV or you are athlete. When I talk with athletes, of course they have some kind of vision, but they are just racing. They are trying to make every second, every meter as good as possible, but they don't have let's say, detailed plan what I will do on this corner or what I will do on next uphill. I'm just dedicated to go as much as fast as I can, but even you talk with the potential leaders, they don't tell that they go, no, it doesn't look quite safe on this downhill. It's starting to go maybe against fair rules. I mean, too much braking, not thinking about other athletes behind.
And very difficult for yellow beeps, for leader of the World Cup, Ragnar Andersson, to keep this speed, this tempo. And I remember his very good result, performance on the first stage in Beijing in distance race, in mass start.
But it was completely different because in Beijing the course was completely flat, no uphills, no downhills. It's not easy. It's very hot climate and it's no place to rest. But still, all pack was going much slower compared to here. This speed here. Oh, yeah, it's very skilled guy. We're seeing right now Alexei Krasovsky from Ukraine. He also can race on grass. You don't need asphalt if you are skilled enough.
He lost 1-2 seconds, but I think he catch the peloton. He will catch it.
And it seems for me that two leaders of Russian team, Alexei Chervotkin and Alexander Bashuno, is trying to go away from the peloton, but not so easy. Not so easy. It's, as I said, one thing here is that you don't have any advantage of a good ski service. All athletes have same wheels, so it means that conditions are more equal in terms of equipment. Not so much advantage if you have better ski service. Right now we seen the leader of Russian team, Karina Shlikova.
I remind you the main results of the first two races, these championships. 20K interval start, classical style, won by Alexander Bolshunov. It was his second world champion title in ski roller competitions. Ilya Paroshkin from Russia was the second, and Viktor Gustafsson, Sweden, took the bronze medal in the first day. Yesterday, sprint competition won by Ragnar Andersson, and now he's a current World Cup leader. Yellow beeps Jostein Olafsson, another Norway sprinter, was the second, and the third place Norway rider Christian Ankersen also. But today only Andersson, Bolshunov and Gustafsson among the medalists of the current championship. We now going for the next success.
Yes, it was good to show slow motion from Alexei Chervotkin, who has a very good swing with arms and very strong work with upper body. Good glide, good swing, good push with arms and upper body, and he looks very relaxed doing this. He doesn't look tired, but probably you don't know what happens in your mind on your body, but at least it's very good experience technique. And all group is back with Yevgeny Dementyev in front, and other athletes are trying to keep the pace, but you can see, for example, that Alexei Shemyakin doesn't look so fresh anymore.
A newcomer of the Russian national team, Alexei Shemyakin, number 9.
And all the group are coming to the time split for lap 4, so it's 2/3 of the competition is already done, and it's only
again very fast lap, again 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
yes,
Not slow.
no, it's 6 minutes and 26 seconds for the Busquets Alfred.
Each lap faster than previous.
They have different gears, probably.
And Krasovsky, number 13, Ukraine, Petrica Hoju, Romania, number 17, lost contacts with peloton. More active in this race, Russian skiers. They often than other contenders on the front position.
Yes, 5 athletes from 35 represents Russian team in this race. So it's very many in a leading group. So I think any of them are able to claim for the gold medal, but it's not so many places. So.
But don't forget, Ili, senior women must start. Natalia Nepraeva controlled this race from very beginning until the last lap, and unfortunately, she can't to get the podium.
Yes, I'm not sure 100%, but I understand there was something with her pole. She lost maybe pole or tip, and then she couldn't get it back as soon as possible. And this is like unforeseen circumstances. You can have it here, and on this high-speed track, I hope everybody goes safe here. You can see that speed is high. Okay, Dementiev is going fine, and Bolshunov also all together. Okay, they're all fine, and one more left here. The curve, which I don't like, but we couldn't rebuild it because it's a city street. It's not the official track. We can do this race also in track in Smetsarsills, but then it's maybe not so a lot of spectators. Here we have many spectators.
It's a real very dangerous downhill because the riders pass it in standing position.
They are trying to break down having more air resistance. Standing, it's one of the options how you reduce your speed when you open your body to the airflow. And
dangerous situation for yellow beep for Norway, leader of World Cup.
And Alfred Bukvist right now in front of the leading group, 1.5 lap left until the finish, but it's still 5K approximately to go. You can see they are increasing the frequency of arm movement, trying to go away. Chervotkin and Bolshunov is trying, and also Evgeny Dementiev is trying to run away. I think they want to decide it somewhere here to go away from the old group.
2 laps to go, not less than 2 laps.
1.5 left
yes.
to go.
It's time to attack for not sprinters rider.
Yeah, for sure. But again, it's like 8, 9 athletes together, and others are trying to catch up. You see good glide from Chervotkin.
And in the head of the peloton, 3 Russian riders, Chervotkin, Dementiev and Bolshunov.
But you can see also Italians all together. They are not far away. If they can keep until final uphill, then they can jump with the gear 8. You know, they're all sprinters. So if they are able to keep the final lap together, then something can be decided.
And Ragnar Andersen lost contacts with peloton.
Good to see Raimo Wiegand, local athlete from Madona. His first season as a senior man, and he can fight in this group in senior man competition. Ļoti labi redzēt gan Raimo Wiegandu, gan Induli Bikši turpat netālu kopā ar līderiem. Nedaudz vairāk kā 1 apli līdz finišam. Tas ir izcils izcils sasniegums, jo tagad pat tad, ja vēl sacensības nav beigušās, pasaules čempionātā pieaugušiem vīriešiem 20 km masu distancē.
And it seems to me Indulis Bikse keep this this tempo of the main group.
Now in front we have Alexander Bashunov, and I think he's trying to make the difference on this uphill pre-last lap.
And the finish, intermediate finish of 5 lap, and only 1 lap to go. Yep. Alexander Bashunov, number 1, number 10, Evgeny Dementiev, number 12, Jan Koristek, Slovakia, and other 20 riders in the main group.
Let's hope for the safe final lap. I hope to get all these athletes back on a final climb on a last lap, so we can have exciting finish on a 20-kilometer must start. Lot of possibilities here. We have Russia, we have Italy, Sweden, Latvia, Romania. It's a lot of possibilities for podium.
And I think the main peloton now not more than 15 riders and only 3 kilometers to go.
It seems that Ragnar Andersen gave up this race, trying to save some energy for tomorrow team sprint. Here we can see 28 is out of track, not going market distance, but of course he didn't get so far any advantage, but it's not my decision. It's jury will take a look, of course, at the end of race. And here you can see
number 28, Michael Galassi, Italy. And again, we are waiting the signal, TV signal, to watch the main activity.
All leading group is coming down. It's a
very dangerous section. Is downhill. Again, standing position, leader and the other riders.
Bolshuno and Dementiev in front of group, but all together, close together. It's good. Everybody is safe. So one more uphill, one more short uphill, and then it's all leading group will come together near the stadium to the final stretch. It's
Paul Pepeni, Romania, number 11.
I feel a lot of adrenaline right now in the leading group. I hope everything is going fine on this U-turn. Evgeny Dementiev in front. He was good year before here on the must start event.
A lot of time in the head of the peloton at the first position by Evgeny Dementiev. I think the second hill, the last hill in a few 100 meters will be deciding. This is the decider. It's my opinion, decider for the attack, for the finish attack, for the early attack. And that is why very important to have the first leading position in peloton, in so large peloton. And Evgeny Dementiev and Alexander Bolshuno begin this aggressive move.
It's unbelievable that we still see Emmanuel Bekis in a leading group together. It's not easy for him. It seems that he is losing, but yes, let's wait for the next screen when the athletes will come near to the starting spot, which is
representative of Estonian number 14, Alvar Alaf, and this is the group of yellow beep, Andersen, so he can lost his yellow number after this race. A few hundred meters before the finish and a large peloton. The 4 Russian riders in this group, Italian, Norway representatives, and unpredictable this finish of this race.
Very unpredictable. We will have Raimo Vigans on a top 10 spot with just 1.8 seconds. But of course, I cannot say anything. It's Russia, it's Slovakia, it's Sweden, Italy, Norway nearby. So it's very many athletes who are fighting for the final stretch, for the final sprint. 200 meters. Same stretch which was sprint tracked yesterday. Now it will be decisive for many athletes for the world champion title for 20 kilometers must start.
Who is the best sprinter in this peloton, in this group of about 15 athletes? Bolshunov, yes, he is. Maybe number 8, Artyom Nikolaev, perhaps. Maybe Evgeny Delentiev. I don't think so. Maybe number 4, Matteo Tanel from Italy.
Could be. Matteo Tanel is very good on both distance, but it's now we can make bets. But we just need to wait for extra 300 meters. Last curve before the finish, and it's just 200 meters left.
And real sprint, Demентiev, Bolshunov. Vigans, number 40, number 24, but number 4, Matteo Tanel.
Matteo Tanel and Raimo Vigans all up together. It's
and
not.
Victor Gustafsson, number 3.
What is happening right now? Number 3, Victor Gustafsson.
And the 3rd place, Latvian rider.
Raimo Vigans, bronzas medaļa pieaugšo kategorijā. Masu startā 20 km, kaut kas neiespējams. Pieaugušo kategorijā pirmo gadu startējot. Pasaules čempionātā Raimo Vigans izdara neiespējamo, tikai 0,5 sekundes zaudējot uzvarētājam Viktoram Gustafsonam. Atstājot aiz sevis olimpiskos čempions Evgeņiju Dementjevu, Alekseju Červjotkinu, Aleksandru Bašunovu.
So congratulations to the first medals in senior category, Latvian skier Raimo Vigans, and for sure the first congratulations to the new winner, and I think the new World Cup leader Victor Gustafsson, Sweden, silver medalist Matteo Tanel, Italy, 4th place Patrick Kristoffersen, Norway, 5th place Jan Koristek, Slovakia. But for the finish, decide who was the 5th, Koristek or Demентiev. 7th place Alexei Chervotkin, 8th place Artyom Nikolaev, 9th place Alexander Bolshunov, all Russia. And in top 10, Robin Norum, the current defending World Cup champion from Sweden.
So tight race. Just 5 seconds was between winner Viktor Gustafsson and number 9 Alexander Bolshunov in 20-kilometer race. Who couldn't believe that we will have 3 different nations and in such an order? Sweden, Italy and Latvia in must start 20 kilometers free technique competition in World Championships 2019. I think nobody could forecast before this race that this will be 3 nations on senior man category. We expected Russia, maybe Norway, maybe also Ukraine, but right now we can see that 4 Russian athletes, Evgeny Dementiev, Alexei Chervotkin, Artyom Nikolaev and Alexander Bolshunov is dividing number 5 and 9 places.
Kā tu iepriekš teici 10%, šodien jau tu vērtē skatītāju atbalsts jau 3 reizes lielāk kā 30%.
Nu, komand, tik daudz skatītāju trasē, tas nekad tā nav bijis un tiešām prieks, ka viņi atnāca šeit.
Jā, kā tu vērtē grupas tempu, tas bija ātrs, ļoti ātrs vai vidēji ātrs?
Nu, sākot no vidus distances, jā, temps auga otrajā aplī. Bolšanovs ar Čerevotkinu mēģināja vienā no kalniem kāpināt tempu un sadalīt grupu daļai. Viņiem arī tas izdevās. Paldies Dievam, sanāca noturēties un jā.
Bija kāds grūtāks brīdis, kad tu jūti, kad varētu rasties problēmas ar noturēšanos līderu grupām?
Pēdējā aplī, viss pēdējais aplis bija vienas vienīgas mokas, bet nu, vēlreiz jāskatījās, skatītāji mudināja mani tiekties uz finišu.
Jau kāds 500 metrus bija finiša, vēl daži atkrīt no tā līdera desmitnieka, tu saglabāji vietu pirmajā astotniekā. Tu tajā brīdī, kāds 400-500 metrus finišam, tu sajūti, ka var cīnīties par kaut ko augstu, varbūt pat medaļu.
Jā, es to jūtu un zināju, ka man tas jāizdara, nav citu variantu, darbs jāizdara līdz galam.
Un izejot beidzamos 150-200 metros, faktiski bija viens no pirmie. Tu jūti, ka tie blakus ir konkrēti itāls un zviedrs. Vai tu mēģināji viņiem cīnīties vai noturēt to trešo vietu?
Jā, nu es spiedu, cik varēju. Būtu mazliet varbūt distance garāk bijusi, varbūt itālē būtu paņēmis, jo nāc un lēnām es viņam klāt, bet nu, sports, viņš ir otrais, trešais, prieks tāpat par to.
Nu, ko, mēs jau runājam par junioru sprintu, komandas sprintu rītdien. Un kā ir pieaugušo grupā? Tu startēsi, ar ko tu varētu startēt kopā?
Ar Edgaru Bernānu došos starta. Nu, arī cīnīsimies par top 6-nieku.
Jā, mēs kādreiz runājam ziemā, ka varētu Latviju pasaules čempionātā startēt komandas sprintā. Tu ar Indulu Bikši, bet šāds te duets nesanāks, diemžēl, rītdien, jā?
Nu, nē, rītdien nesanāks. Induls praktizēja šajā čempionātā gadrajām distancēm. Ar to es viņu arī cienu. Protams, viņš nav tik daudz trenējies, tāpēc lēmums bija šāds, jā.
Nu, kas jutīsim jums līdz arī rītdien, tā kā sveicam Remo Vīgantu ar vēsturisko trešo vietu, pirmo medaļu pieaugušo grupā pasaules čempionātā roller slēpošanā.
Pleasant ending of the third day of Rollerski World Championship 2019 in Latvia in Madona. So we say goodbye, Latvien. Thank you for attention. Paldies par uzmanību. Your commentators, Andrei Kondrashov and the chairman of Ski Rollers Committee, International Ski Federation, Martins Niklas.
Thank you all who followed us on YouTube and Facebook live streams through this whole day, starting from junior ladies and finishing with senior men competition. It was very exciting day here in Madona. A lot of action, a lot of competition, and just now you heard the interview with local athlete Raimo Vigants, who got a bronze medal in his hometown here in Madona. And I just want to translate his one sentence. He said in Latvian, "Darbs jāizdara līdz galam," which means you must do your work until you finished. So if you start it, you must finish it, and I think it's good quote for anybody who is trying to reach some goals. Sometimes it's easy to set goals, but not always easy to follow. If you are dedicated enough, you can do it if you do it until finish. Thank you all for following us. And let's come back tomorrow morning on team sprint event, which will be quite early on 9 o'clock. So it will be final competition day in World Rollerski Championships 2019 in Madona with team sprint event in free technique.
Stay with us tomorrow. Wow.
Hotel, then I know this can be good.
So, and when you entered the final straight, you said you were tired, but could you feel that you can be first across the finish line?
I know I'm pretty fast in this uphill, so I know I did it last year, so I had good feelings from that, and then I did kind of the same.
So once again, congratulations, and because of you, we'll hear once again this beautiful anthem to Gamla du Fria here in Madona. Congratulations, Viktor Gustafsson, the winner, and also Matteo Tanel. Maybe some words from the Italian. Matteo, are you surprised with your silver medal here?
No, surprised not, but I'm training for this and...
No surprise as usual, yes, silver medal every year?
No, I'm very surprised and I'm very happy for this medal and thanks.
So you had plenty of Italians, also Becky, then also another Italians battling in the leading group. You had some Italian tactic as well, or you're skiing on your own?
No, I skiing alone this race, but every person, I have to say thanks to every person of my team, but they was very good by this race.
So were not you surprised that such a strong athletes from Russian team were behind you?
Yes, I'm surprised. Sheer rolling is everything other than cross country, I think, and this is good.
Maybe it's easier for you to tell something Italian, a few sentences in Italian language you can tell to your teammates and all public in Latvia, because we like Italian language.
Grazie a tutti gli atleti dell'Italia e a tutto lo staff che hanno fatto il lavoro perfetto e ci meritiamo queste medaglie. Thanks.
So Italy has won at least one medal each day. One medal was on first day, that was Lucia Scardoni. Yesterday, Anna Bolza, and now you, Matteo Tanel, winning for Italy. One medal, but each day medal. So tomorrow you must earn another medal.
Toccatina. We see tomorrow.
Are you going in a team sprint or Italian? You do know the team, which consists, which two athletes will go in Italian team, the sprint event tomorrow?
I think I and Francesco Becchis.
The winner, and then not the winner, but second place winner last year here in must-start distance.
Yes.
So once again, congratulations with the second place. Matteo Tanel no Itālijas. Jā, viņš tā kā pajokoja, ka tā kā, nebija pārsteigts pa otro vietu. Protams, kad ir ļoti priecīgs. Negaidīja, ka vienais Krievijas pārstāvis. Matteo Tanels bija piektais pirms 2 dienām klasiskā stila distancē. Diezgan augstu, protams, un šodien viņš finišēja 2. vietā. Nodrošinot Itālijai katru dienu pa vienai medaļai. Lucija Skardoni 2. vietu ieguva sievietēm pieaugušo grupā. Klasiskā stila distancē 4. vakarā šeit Anna Bolcena izcīnīja bronzu sprintā. Un tagad viņš izcīnīja medaļu, bet arī Latvija tagad pamazām sāk katru dienu jau pa medaļai. Viņa izbūt 1. dienu. Ko, tagad jau mēs nevis tikai cerēsim, bet jau gaidīsim medaļu rītdien. Es skatos, ka grib tautiskās dejas mūs priecēt, ja? Par godu Latvijas 2. medaļu šajā pasaules čempionātā. Madonas deju tautas deju kolektīvs uzstājās. Nu, mums būtu tā kā jāsāk ziedu ceremonija, vēl 2 grupām ziedu ceremoniju, pēc tam vakarā 7:30 būs apbalvošana saiet laukumā. Nu, ko? Vispirms junior puiši ieskaitē. Now we are ready to start a flower ceremony with the last 2 groups, junior men and senior men. So for the last 2 flower ceremonies, we will have 3 persons. With each flower ceremony, their number growing larger and larger. With the FIS Secretary General Sarlis will be Agris Lungevich, Mayor of Madona, and also Edgars Severs, representative of Latvian Ministry of Science and Education. And now the top 3 junior men in 20-kilometer muscle start distance in the free technique. Into the 3rd place, трещая vieta, на 3-м месте, Dmitry Karakosov, Russia. Otras vietas ieguvējs, the 2nd place. Andre plass, Johan Egberg, Sweden, Sverige. On junior grupas uzvarētājs, победитель, the winner, Alexander Grigoriev, Russia. And here comes the flowers. Droši uzplaudējam. Aplausos, аплодисменты. Вновь вместе на пьедестале Александр и Дмитрий. На этот раз на других ступенях. Second time on the podium, Johan Egberg. Congratulations, applauses for the best 3 junior men. Paldies, спасибо. Thank you much. And now the last flower ceremony today, the senior men. No ko, skatītāji balss paliek ar vien skaļāks un skaļāks. Aplaus arī Raimo Vīgants, Latvija, 3. vietā, 3rd place. Otras vietas ieguvējs, 2nd place winner, secondo posto dall'Italia, from Italy, Matteo Tanel. And the winner, the 1st place, uzvarētājs no Zviedrijas, from Sweden, Viktor Gustafsson. Nu, ko sveicam ar aplausiem labāko trīnieku un arī mūsu jau pārstāvi Raimo Vīgantu. Latvijai 2. godalgauta vieta šeit pasaules čempionātos. Congratulations, gratuliere. Jā, droši skaļāk saucam mūsu valsts nosaukumu. Nu ko, tas pats ir jāizdara ziemā, un tad pasaules kausa visticamāk ar Madonā ziemā varēs notikties, jo vienīgais, kas mums pietrūkst, ir tādas slēpotāji, kas ziemā var tikt augstās vietās. Vasarā mēs to jau izdarām uz rolleriem, kur starp citu ir līdzīgā konkurence, jo cik mēs varam noprast, cik daudz lomu nospēlē šis te slēpju servis un smēri. Lūk, rolleri ir daudz līdzīgāki, un tāpēc var arī šāds rezultāts sasniegt. Ja, protams, ka tagad nevar gaidīt, ka ziemā mēs apsteigsim šos te spēcīgos krievus. Vasarā uz rolleriem to var izdarīt savās mājastrācē, bet, protams, ne jau ziemā. Nu, ko gaidām vakar apbalvošana, medaļu pasniegšana. Tā bija zied ceremonija, pēc aptuveni 40 minūtēm sāksies šī te svarīgā, nozīmīgā apbalvošana. Latvijas vēl viena medaļa, otro dienu pēc kārtas. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was flower ceremony. In 40 minutes time, we will continue with award ceremony in the same square on the stage. So, in 40 minutes, we will start award ceremony. Izskanējusi ir pasaules čempionāta roles slēpošanā trešā diena un otro dienu pēc kārtas Latvija